Call us. Call us. Something is wrong. So please, I want somebody to come and tell us, how is this shouting? Is it benefiting us?
Farm Spotless in the comments says the devil is always angry. You will all scatter. Amen.
Listen, listen of the son of, look at the sound of the devil. Look at it. Yeah,
That's it. Very demonic.
Lord saw it. The Lord scattered it. We are saying that the Lord is making a name for himself. My question, what is that thing that has built?
You'll say that God can hear you before you speak. He knows your heart before you speak. This your daddy in the Lord, the sky, the one in the sky. He knows what's going on through your heart before you speak. So why is he making you shout like this? You see, only an angry person, only somebody who is not all right upstairs will consider this a good thing.
Hello.
Hold on. We had Grace here first. Pemba, hold on.
Hello, can you hear me? Sorry, can you hear me? My voice is kind of, I have cold. Can you hear me?
About that. Why did you go to NSPPD and pray for your cold?
This just started and I'm not into NSP.
When did it start? When did it start?
Well, like, it's been going on and off. Well, I know why. I've been under cold. This one is not matter. This is just my actions.
Why didn't you go to today's I'm just playing the today's one. This is it here. Why didn't you go today to receive your healing?
Like I said, I don't go to NSP. I'm not actually familiar with them.
But did you see? I listen. I want people that will come and answer the questions. So,
okay.
That's what you're coming to do. If not,
I actually didn't come for NSP. I just came up with the debate of the existence of God.
Oh, amen. Go on, bring it.
Okay. So personally, I've been doing my own reading and research about the religion thing as a whole, right? There are various religions in this world, but many of them always point to an higher being. And that stemmed from my own personal experience, but I'm not going to go into that. So I'm not going to go into that. But for my own now just a brief analogy, for my own personal experience, I've come across good and evil.
Tap on the screen for you guys.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. I'm just telling people to please tap on the screen. Can you guys send some gifts to Vessel? Vessel of the Son, what happened to your?
No, that's my battery died.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. So as I was saying, I've come across the
idea. Farm Spotless, and Satan will heal you too. Amen. Lucifer will also look for you and heal you of whatever ailments that you have. Yeah? You say God should heal us. Nobody told you that we are ill. Nobody told you that we have any medical conditions. Nobody asked you to pray to your God to heal us. But you want to enforce your sky daddy on us. We didn't ask for it. You are invading our free will. You are violating our free will. And so, how about Satan will heal you too? And Lucifer will find you tonight. When Lucifer find you and enter you and heal you of all your sickness. Amen.
May he spill his seed and made fertilize.
Okay, so can I continue?
Yes.
Yeah, so again, for my personal experience, I've come to understand good and evil. There is evil and there is good. I'm not going to go deep into it, but my family heritage, they tend to worship the occult. So I've seen I've seen my grandmother delve into powers that were surprising, or my grandfather. But that's not where I'm going. So the question,
I'm sorry.
Wait.
I'm not going to go-
Sorry, Grace. Hold on. No. Hold on. When you say occult, what do you mean by occult?
That's exactly my question. The worship, she said they worship the occult. What do you mean by the occult?
What I mean by the occult is that they have, let's say, gods.
Like which ones?
I really did not want to know much about it. It's like our
It's because-
own divine.
I want to I just hope you're not calling African traditional beliefs the occult, because there's a difference between African traditional beliefs and the occult. Because if you're saying the occult, you're basically calling, did you say your grandmother practiced the occult? You're basically calling your grandmother a witch.
That's what she's doing.
I'm saying occult because she was more of like a priestess.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Priestess of what? Which god was she a priestess to?
Like I said, it was more of like ancestral spirits and all that.
Right. Ancestral spirits and the occult are two different things.
Again, this was my own personal experience.
Yes, I'm just correcting your personal experience. They're two different things. Because for you are talking from the perspective of a whitey person who brought this religion to enslave your forefathers. And they told them that their beliefs, their traditions, their names, all that they knew was demonic, occultic, and witchcraft. So that's the position you have taken. You have now joined the whitey people to demonize your own people, your own bloodline, your own relatives, your own ancestors, who without you would not be here. If your grandmother never lived, you would never be here right now talking to us. So I would like you to please give some respect to that woman. You might not agree with what she did, but to call her occultic, that is wrong.
Mm-hmm. But like I said, you do not understand my own experience. My experience was that she threatened my father that was also doing the same thing that she was doing.
Well, families always fight and argue. It's normal. It's normal practice. But for you to say it's occult, what she was doing was occultic, that is wrong.
She used the same powers that my father was presently using.
That is not occultic.
Okay.
What powers? Excuse me. What powers was your father using?
My father believed in the same thing.
What did he believe in? You are not telling us.
What I'm saying, he believed in these ancestral spirits and all that.
What powers? Your father had powers. Powers to do what? What was the power that your grandmother and your father?
Most of the things that I'm going to say.
Hold on. So, do you have Jesus? Jesus can heal. Jesus can raise the dead. He can, heal the blind. He can do these things. We believe in that. The man from Nazareth or the Galilee. I love the man from Galilee. Right? So this your father and grandmother, what was the practice that they were practicing? Because one thing I would not appreciate.
Okay, let me just give you a break.
Excuse me, let me finish. Let me finish. Okay. One thing we will not appreciate here, even though we are not believers in God or in any religion, you will not demonize one over the other. So if you are going to claim that, Reggie, where did you go? So if you are going to claim that one was occultic and your father and grandmother were busy fighting each other with powers, your grandmother threatened your father and he too was busy using some powers. Please, you need to tell us exactly what's going on here.
That's why I said I didn't want to go deep into it. I said this is what pushed me to go and research. No, I brought it up because of now that I understood that there were powers, there were spiritual worlds. So the question is, why was the person that advised my father to go into to pray to the God of Jerusalem was also a priest. You need to understand that this was a battle of life and death.
Wait, can you please mute? Can you please mute? Thank you. Grace, you're saying that they were doing all these occultic things.
Yes.
What about the occultic things that Jesus did in the Bible?
I would like to hear examples.
So when Jesus is telling you to eat his flesh and drink his blood, don't you think that's occultic?
But do you actually drink his flesh and eat his blood?
That is occultic. Is it not occultic?
The thing about occult is that
is it not occultic to drink flesh and eat blood, to be a cannibal? Is it not occultic? Is that not what they do in occultic shrines? Do they not do blood sacrifices in occultic shrines?
Because blood is very important. You need to understand that the occult also makes the things of Christ. It makes the things.
Honestly, I don't tire. I don't tire for my people. When are you going to be free? Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery.
Because I saw how God came and fought for my dad. That is not where I'm going to. You're still not listening to me, please.
No, wait 1 second. Just 1 second. We will listen to you. That's one thing we will do. We will listen to you. But the reason why this Jesus religion has done damage to the African communities and the African mind, you look at what your father and your grandmother are doing, you call that occultic. But your Jesus, or whatever the Jesus people
give life to Christ,
that's not occultic. That's fine. Reggie,
Grace, can you hold on while the host is speaking? Please don't interrupt.
Reggie?
Yeah, I was going to ask her.
Sorry about that.
You don't think Jesus sticking his finger
Speak over your own people.
Again.
I'm not saying follow African traditional beliefs. You don't have to. You don't have to.
Like I said,
but you can do better.
To work with facts. The same occultic people or the African belief fought with the same Christian belief, and the Christian overcame. So that is what happened. That is what I saw. That's what happened.
Because they overcame your people, that's why you follow their gods.
So let me read.
If somebody comes to come and fight for you and defend,
nobody came to fight for you, Grace. They came to take people into slavery. They didn't come to fight for you.
Please, can I read this piece? Yeah. So this is what their Jesus came to do. So the Gospel of Mark states that after Jesus took him aside, this guy who came to Jesus for healing, he took him aside away from the crowd. Jesus put his fingers into the man's ears. Ears, that means the two of them. So he put his fingers inside the man's ears. Then he spit. With that,
with that saliva and did he do a hug tour? He did a hug tour, right?
This is a hug tour. How many of you
combined with the earwax and the earwax afro and put it in the guy's mouth? Ew.
Reggie, if you were asked healing, or if you receive your healing, you got to receive this. Will you take it?
Nobody wants Jesus's wet willy. Hello.
We've got somebody on the panel. Let's see. Who was it? Listen, Bear and
I don't complete my sentence. Like I said,
oh, Grace, 1 second. Bear and Chicken. I don't know who is. I don't know if I know who this person is. Hold on.
What you're talking about?
What's your name? Bear and Chicken. Is that a chicken or is it a bull? What is it?
Hello, good day, sisters.
Oh, it's Bear and Honey, I think.
Bear and something. Okay, what's your name?
Oh, my name is King Bayo.
Hey, King Bayo. From Bayo Land.
I knew.
Yeah, it's me.
Bayo, how are you?
Please. Yeah, I'm good, and you?
Just yeah, I'm good. Just 1 second, okay? Just one. Let's finish with Grace. Grace.
All right, no problem.
Grace.
thank you very much. Again, so I saw I saw this happen in my life, and I decided to go and read. I wanted to understand whether God really existed, and that made me go into science. Like, go and read on science. Okay, what proof do we have to support that God existed?
Don't go there. Don't go there. Right? No, because science can only prove the things you can see, feel, touch, and hear.
So that's where the fine-tuning argument came in place. Now, this is one of the most compelling evidence that we often cite, that people always cite. The fine-tuning argument is that it refers to the idea that the universe exhibits itself as its physical properties that are carefully set within narrow ranges, meaning that everything is set in such a way, in such a precise way, that just a simple alteration of numbers, of angles, of anything will cause destabilization of the whole universe as a whole. Now, the argument is this. The good example would be
Grace, you have a problem with that argument. And I'm going to tell you what it is. Nowhere in the Bible does it state that design. Nowhere in the Bible does it say God created the universe. So right then and there, that conversation is dead right there.
Well,
Also, why do asteroids and stuff like that hit Earth if everything's perfect?
It depends on what translation you are reading. Some translations do claim that in the beginning, when God created the universe, I mean, let me see if this
no translation prior to the 1800s does.
Okay, prior to the 1800s, yes, but the modern translations do, some of them do. Now, what she is saying is, it's not making sense to me. She sounds like she is reading from a script. Are you reading from a script, Grace? Grace, are you reading from a script?
I have a note. I wrote my notes down. Like I said, I did my research. There was no script.
You are reading from something. What I'm trying to do.
Like I said, I wrote my notes down. I did my research. Okay. It took me a long time for me to come into my own conclusion.
The version of the Bible that I have actually does state in the beginning when God created the universe.
We can't go with that Bible because it's clearly a mistranslation or an intentional mistranslation.
Okay, so let's remove the universe from it, right? Because if you want to say universe, now let's understand the fundamental principle of our own DNA self. Like the ratios of the protons, neutrons, the electrons, like they are also finely tuned to ensure that atoms are always binded together, to always create that complex.
Grace, I had to mute you. I don't want this kind of railroading kind of conversation.
It's not railroading. It's about facts.
It's not facts, Grace.
Overtalk me now, please. I can't be shouting. Listen, you have just said something about fine tuning, right? You're starting with the fine tuning argument. What exactly is being fine tuned? What? We're trying to prove the existence of God, and you have started with the fine tuning argument. What are we fine tuning? How to get us to the existence of God. So fine tune, please. What's been
good. Now, good. Like again, I didn't want to use universe because of the argument of the universe is I'm using DNA. Now, when they mean fine tuning, everything is made at exactly like the angles of the DNA.
Wait, Grace, sorry to interrupt. Are you basing this on the fact that your God is the creator?
Yes.
Well, I'm going to save you some time and some saliva. Your God did not create this universe because your God that you know is between 6,000 and 8,000 years old. The earth is 4.6 billion years old. Before your God, there was other religions such as Hinduism. People already existed. So by the time your God came into existence, we were already here. Therefore, your God could not have created anything.
That's fine, Vessel. I really want to hear this. And that's why I'm not really stop her.
Okay.
What she really has to say. Because not every day we get a Nigerian person coming to tell us about the fine-tuning argument, right? It is interesting. I want to know what she knows about this argument that she has brought up, right? So I want to hear Grace, go on and tell us about.
Yes. Okay, so like I said, I wanted to go through the form of science and universe, using the universe, but since we're not the one that created, since God, according to the Bible, is not the one that created the universe. Now I'm going to start with the fundamental principles or fundamental particles. That's your DNA, protein, and especially DNA and protein. We notice that the structure of the DNA and protein is always constant, irrespective of the what they call it, of whether it's plant, organism, or even human being, is always constant in the sense that if it's altered in any way, it causes any form of irregularity. That's what that fine-tuning means. The fine-tuning means that if you alter the structure of these components in any way, it causes it causes catastrophe one way or another. We see that in lack of chromosomes, causing defects and all that. But the idea is that when you affect the chromosome as its own, you have to use specific angle, you have to use specific, everything is always the same. Now you can also use electromagnetic force. Now the electromagnetic force also says that that constant effects of atomic interactions, if it is altered in any way of formation, it causes these atoms to be impossible, right? Like making the development of molecules and the molecules that we see, everything, if it's altered in any way, if the electromagnetic force between molecules is altered in any way by variations in angles, constants, and whatsoever, it causes that article not to sustain life. It causes that molecule or to. Hello?
You're talking about DNA, if it is altered, right? It causes catastrophe. So are you saying that DNA is fine-tuned by God? Is this what you're saying? That I'm not sure I understand where this is going. We're trying to get to God. And now you're talking about the fine-tuning of DNA. The DNA is fine-tuned, there's going to be catastrophe, right? So how is this? Is it God? Is God fine-tuning the DNA?
Now the argument is this: because of you didn't want to bring the universe into it, that's why I brought, no, apart from the DNA, I brought electromagnetic force. There's also gravitational constant, even just by changing it by. The fact is that most of all these proven scientific facts, everything has to be at exact proportions so that life can be created. So the question, the argument is that, are you saying that everything was created randomly? Because even altering the position of the moon by an angle,
you have to prove that everything is.
Yes, there's science. Now that is why the
the proportions are exact. You will have to prove this, whatever thing you call about exact proportions of prove that it is exact and therefore God. So what are you talking about? Is it the measurement? What are we measuring here? I'm not a scientist, but what are we talking about? Can you make sense to us?
Hey, Afro, I just want to say.
No, don't mute Heat. Don't mute Heat Wade. Hey, Heat Wade, what's up?
Hey,
Sorry. That was me. I was trying to unmute you.
It's okay. It's okay. I just wanted to say real quick, when it comes down to because a lot of theists who try to use the fine tuning of the universe argument, they like to say that the Earth is in a perfect position away from the sun, to where it's not too hot, too cold, and the moon is in a perfect position. That's actually not true. We're in what's called the Goldilocks zone, but the Goldilocks zone is a wide range between the Earth and the sun. We can be a few thousand miles closer or a few thousand miles further away, and the Earth still would be able to sustain life. Same thing with the moon. If the moon was slightly closer or slightly farther away, life would still be sustained. In fact, the moon moves about an inch away from us each year. So each year, the moon technically gets slightly farther away. It's actually moving away from the Earth. So that argument, it's been debunked plenty of different times. If you actually know about astrophysics.
Like I said, it's not only the universe. We see DNA, we see electromagnetic force, we see the.
God damn! I was trying to ask Heatwave the question. Stop, Heatwave. So you are saying that it's not fine-tuned at all, right? There's no fine-tuning.
No, not at all.
There is no fine-tuning. So I want to know from you, Grace, what exactly is fine-tuned by God? What is God fine-tuning that proves the existence of God?
Again, I'm not saying God is fine-tuning. Please don't alter my argument. My argument is this: everything is made in such a way that life, all these constant variables were created. I didn't only mention universe, I mentioned gravitational constant, electromagnetic force, our own inside molecules. Everything was created in such a way so that life can exist.
Phil when we need him?
Huh?
Where's Phil?
Can I come in here?
Again, that's what I'm saying. Everything is created in such a way that
Grace.
Yes.
Hold on. One very quick question. Are you saying that children born with congenital disease, they are fine-tuned as well? The molecules, right, that came together when the parents came together and they were born with congenital disease, are you saying that they were fine-tuned?
The argument is not the fine-tuned. The argument is if you alter these things in the way they are meant to be, it causes a disruption. Now, even when the DNA is now disrupted, is what now causes the disability. Are you listening?
Grace, disruption has happened. Hence why they are born with congenital disease. The disruption has already happened. So what are you talking about? You're saying that if
my argument,
if the thing is not fine-tuned, there will be disruption, right?
I'm not saying, you are bringing fine-tuned. The fine-tuning argument is meant to be after this proposition. When I'm going to.
Please hold on. Children born with congenital disease completely disproves the fine-tuning claim. Completely throws it out of the water. But I would like to.
Okay, Grace, this your fine-tuning argument is funny because this earth is so poisonous that no matter how well you live, your body will age so fast and you'll be gone within 100 years. And then our eyes are so blind that we can see only 0.003% of light in the spectrum, right? So we are basically not seeing anything. We are blind, basically, if you look at the numbers. And do you know why they are building rockets, spaceship to Mars? Because the Earth is in the wrong location. We are having asteroids and comets crash into Earth every day. That's what we call shooting stars. One day, a big one is going to crash and eliminate all of us. It happened 65 million years ago and totally obliterated the dinosaurs. It has happened 5 times, actually, in the history of the Earth that we can measure. 5 times. We still have some places that some of these comets and asteroids landed and caused a huge explosion that shook the Earth and killed off everybody. So, or unalived everybody. So that's why scientists are panicking to get to the moon, to get to Mars, to look around where is the next best planet we can get to. Because if another big one is coming, we are all gone. And if you look at the Earth is not even rotating, it's wobbling. It's leaning on one side and it's wobbling. That's why some people are living in snowy areas, why some people are living in desert areas. You know, we're just lucky in Africa that our ancestors chose the best spot some hundreds of thousands of years ago when physical strength was the determinant for who can get a better spot on Earth. So at the end of the day, the drinking water, look at, we can only drink pure water. We can't drink salt water, but majority of water on Earth is salt water. Drinking water is less than 1% of water on Earth. We have water crisis. We have to purify our own water. We have to improve on our own medicine. Look at what your God created, just a garden in your book. God cannot create beyond the garden. We have to create cars, airplanes, and everything to make life better. And you're saying it's fine-tuned. Fine-tuned for what? Why do we have medicine if life is fine-tuned?
That one choked me. He only created the garden.
That is not what the fine-tune argument is. The fine-tune argument is that when you alter these constant variables, it causes destabilization. And the question for that fine-tune,
have you altered anyone? Have you altered anyone before?
What constant?
Have you altered electromagnetic force?
What constant variable is being altered? Please.
I'm giving you an example now. If you check the strength of,
we need to know what constant variable. She said, if you alter whatever constant variable, what are you talking about? You are too vague. I like it. And listen, you don't have a clue what you're talking about. You really do not have a clue what you're talking about. What constant variable?
Again, for example, if you look at the strength of gravity, if it was adjusted to, let's say, 10⁻40, what happens is that life becomes impossible. Now, the question, what fine-tuning means is that they have done a lot of tests, they have done a lot of research, trying to move all these, let's say, all these forces, trying to see if we alter it by just this degree, what happened, the force, the DNA, if we alter it by all this degree, what happened?
Where is your point? Land your plane. All these ones you are going.
So that is what the fine-tuning argument is. The fine-tuning argument is that alterations of these constant variables causes destabilization. Now, for all these variables to be this perfect,
where did he bring us to all this? Where did he hit us to? Like, what is your conclusion? Just hit the nail in the head, babe.
Okay, so now that is why the case of design is. So if all these variables are made in such exact way, right, that means there must be a being that's thought through all these variables for them to be exactly made in the right way to create life. That is the argument. That's the
Okay, so you're telling me now that in all these things, all these things that you've been saying all this while, you're just basically trying to tell us that there is actually a hands behind all this creation, if I hear you clearly, right?
Yes, that's
okay. So now I have one question for you, and I want a very straight up answer. Can anything exist can something exist out of nothing?
Can nothing exist? Can anything exist out of nothing?
Yeah.
Do you want to say it scientifically or by faith?
Just answer the question.
No, I will answer as a logical person. Now, by faith, I can always
logically.
Yes. Logically, no. There has to be a form of energy.
Oh, you don't carry me to another place. The answer is no, right? So now tell me, if you say there is a being behind all this creation, then who creates the being? This hand that you are saying now, who is his own creator? Because he himself cannot exist out of nothing, or should I say it cannot exist out of nothing. So who creates it? Because it must be created before him can be a creator.
No.
You say what?
Hello?
What do you say?
Okay, so there's a deeper science to this, but I've not gone through that route. Now that's why we look at relativity.
Do you actually
that E equals to MC? What? Hello?
Yeah, continue. I'm hearing.
Yes. So there's a concept around that the universe is beyond.
Unkindness, are you there?
Against one lady, let us talk.
Yeah, guys, we need to move on. We need to move on from Grace. Themba is up there as well. Themba wants to speak, so we're gonna move on. Grace,
Yeah.
did you land us at your God somehow? The fine-tuned argument.
The fine-tuned argument is that there's a being that would have thought of all these angles, thought of all these things have to be perfect to an extent for life to come into existence. That's what the argument is.
Grace, are things not meant to be naturally?
So your argument is that we came from what? Because if you want to use the Big Bang theory, the Big Bang theory says there's a causative energy.
Look, there are things that are meant to be naturally. There are things that are meant to be. Nobody knows the creation. Nobody knows the beginning. Nobody knows the end. So we live what we are living right now. Just leave it what it is.
But we as human beings have to predominantly define the beginning. What was the beginning?
Why?
What was the source?
Why?
Because we need to understand the source of life. That's why at this point, that's why they created the Colondon.
Come on, girl. This is where you get brainwashed by. You just want to know where it begins from. You just want to know where the head starts from.
What's as creation? What is our purpose?
Your purpose is whatever.
Our purpose of creation is for us to live. If you as a human being you start looking for the beginning of creation of human being, then what should the animals do? They should start looking for their own beginning of creation too.
1 second, I need to know from her. Grace, what is the purpose of creation then?
The purpose of creation. That is why I decided to start searching now. For my own personal purpose of
according to your world, what is the purpose of creation?
Purpose of creation is to procreate, to create life, to make a meaningful existence. That's literally the purpose of creation for me. Like, why am I created? It's for me to impact my own.
Grace, okay. So to procreate and to make a meaningful life. So
yes.
some people will never procreate. It would never be a thing for them. They would never.
Procreation does not only have to be a child. It can be knowledge.
Can you please let me speak? So, you said the purpose of life is two things. One, to procreate, and number two is to where is did you say you were trying to come up? Where is was somebody else trying to bring up
that should be me.
I don't see. But never mind. We will get to you now in a minute, Simba. So two Reggie, anytime you need to speak, Reggie, you say something. You're quite quiet over there. So Reggie, did you hear the two reasons that she gave for the existence, the purpose of life, Reggie?
Yeah, and it sounds like she is calling herself somebody that just was made to breed and to beg and worship and kiss ass. That's what it sounds like.
I said to procreate and not to create a meaningful life. So now, would you say that anyone who doesn't procreate and anyone who doesn't create a meaningful life, they have not fulfilled their purpose, the purpose for their life?
Now, that's a good question. Procreation is different. There's different forms of procreation. Procreation is not only form of replicating yourself, replicating knowledge. We see scientists replicating knowledge. They didn't even have children, but they have left legacies in this world. It can be procreating a form of skill. Procreating skill, turning one skill from one form to another. Procreation is creation. Procreate is to create.
Great.
Yes.
Great.
It's not only about human beings.
Grace, right now you're trying to deflect from that procreation, right? You're trying to say, oh, it's not about giving birth now. It's about scientists, they have left legacies behind. Now, where do you get this particular purpose for life, right? You are a God believer. You're the one who believes in this God concept, right? So if your God has given you the reason for your existence, the purpose for your existence, please, where do you get this from? Because I want to know that the God said, if you are not able to give birth, as long as you are living
I'm not saying giving birth. I think maybe it's the English I used. Procreation.
My point is, you said procreation.
Okay, that is the word I used.
Replicating yourself. it also includes leaving legacies behind. The scientists have left legacies behind. They've done this, they've done that. Where are you getting this from?
It's for my own. This is the passage I got from the Bible. Seek ye knowledge and wisdom, but if it costs you everything, gain understanding. If I'm to live this life, just listening to what people say,
you about purpose. Where are you getting your purpose from?
That is, it was from that particular passage.
What does the passage say?
Seek ye first wisdom and knowledge, but if it costs
what
you
is the number? Give me the number. Give me the number. Let's hear.
I'm trying to send it. Yes,
God is giving you purpose. The two purposes. Number one, procreate.
Yeah.
And number two, because the reason how we got here, guys, she's trying to say that if there is no this God thing, then what is the reason for, or what is the purpose of existence? So without God, we have no purpose for our existence. Okay, that's fine. Right. But with God, what exactly is the purpose then? So we hear now that the two purposes are, number one, procreation. And number two, it is, what was the other one? Creating a meaningful life. Some people will never procreate. When I asked, okay, the people that won't procreate, what will happen with them? Oh, as long as they're leaving legacies, or as long as they, listen, where are you getting this shit from?
Yeah, I believe
fruitful and multiply. That's what she probably using.
That is no. The passage I use is Proverbs 4:7. That is the passage I live by. Proverbs 4:7. You can check it.
Right, Chris Almighty.
Okay,
can
but
you say it again?
Proverbs 4:7.
Yeah, I think
Proverbs
it's different from what you said. Yes, I mean, like say what the
Proverbs 4:7. Good night, Lux. Proverbs 4:7. What does Proverbs say? 4:7.
The conclusion, the way she quoted it was not how it's written in the Bible. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. How does it say? Let's see. Let me.
There are many.
The first part was seeking knowledge and understanding. The second part was where she was saying, but if it costs you everything, I think that part is not there.
Okay.
Get understanding.
Yeah, where it said if it costs you.
Mine reads like this. Mine says, getting wisdom is the most important thing you can do. Whatever else you get insight. So you actually quote wrong.
That's understanding.
Can you please tell us where in this verse is it telling you that your purpose is to procreate and to get a meaningful life?
And again, I'm sorry for the word I use, procreate. When I mean, the word I use create wisdom. I didn't know what I have explained that procreating to me, I think is the word I use. It's not only about.
Do you create wisdom?
Huh?
Do you create wisdom?
I like I said, procreating to me is not only about
everything that she has said. She's trying to say now that she wasn't trying to say it was procreation.
Yes, what I'm.
The verse doesn't say anything at all about grace. Come on, right now you're starting to lie.
I'm not lying. If the particular, you asked me a question about passage that I live by. I told you that I live by the passage of seeking wisdom.
You quoted the passage wrong. Now we're asking about the passage. Now you're walking back everything that you said. Come on, and
King James version says wisdom is the principal thing.
Also, a minute, it's not making sense right now. With all your fine tuning and all your everything, your God is a confusion. Because now
I'm not confusing you. I think maybe it's the words I'm using.
Procreate and to make a meaningful life.
American standard, the beginning of wisdom is
Themba. Hello, Themba.
Hello, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm blessed. Thank you.
Are you a member of this guy's this guy here? He's
I am an SPPDN.
You are an NSPPDN?
Yes.
Not every
I'm a born-again Christian.
It's not every day we get men NSPPDN. There's not many of you.
No, there are so many men of us.
Followers, most of the followers hold on. Most of his followers, Jerry Eze, are women, right? most of them. So when I see a man NSPPDian, I'm excited. So that's what you were saying.
Because women are many.
Vessel?
She said she wants to know where I'm from.
You were saying?
Well, I'm from Africa. I live in the UK.
What part of Africa are you from?
Lesotho.
Where's
Lesotho. Lesotho. Yes. Yes.
Okay. It doesn't matter, does it? Does it matter?
What is it all about my name, Vanessa? Do you have a problem with my name?
Vessel, does it matter? Eh? All right.
Do you know where I'm from? I'm telling you where I'm from, then you say that's a lie.
Stand by, wait. Vessel, is it like, wait, what's going on here? Tell us, please.
I'm a bit confused.
Okay, all right. I mean, if at any point, Vessel, I mean, if it matters in the conversation, please bring it up, right? Because I want to ask the gentleman, how is it that you from Lesotho?
Yeah, he has already set his own trap. Let him continue.
So you from Lesotho, right? you from Lesotho.
Yes.
How are you following a man from Nigeria? Why couldn't God raise somebody from Lesotho? Someone from Lesotho to do this thing online. Where is it now? This right. So you, Mister, you are following this man online that is busy doing this thing.
Okay.
I have seen it.
Hello. Let me answer that.
Fire. Somebody say fire. Say today, whatsoever has raised itself, whatsoever has raised itself to make a name for itself in my life. Enough is enough. Whatsoever has raised itself to make.
So, Temba, why couldn't your God raise somebody from Lesotho for you people from Lesotho? Why Jerry Eze from Nigeria? Please unmute yourself and answer the question.
Okay, hello, Mom. Thank you.
Can you double tap on the screen for me, please?
Is that an order for my God to answer to raise somebody from my country so that I can follow him?
No, I'm trying to make sense. I'm trying to just make sense of why you're following Jerry.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make sense of why. Why are you following Jerry?
Okay. I'm not only following the great man of God, Pastor Jerry. I've got so many. I'll start from saying, you said, why am I following him? Basically from Nigeria. Nigeria is a blessed country with so many great men of God all over Nigeria. So Pastor Jerry happens to be one of the greatest men in Nigeria. So now, the fact that I'm a Christian, I believe in the God of the Bible, the creator of heaven and earth. This is my second time trying to get into the broadcast after I saw the picture of Pastor Jerry. So I've realized through your talkings that you don't believe in the God of the Bible, but lucky enough, you seem to be knowing the scriptures. Anyway, so I've got one simple thing that I would just want to elaborate. I've been taught.
Before you continue, how did you determine that Jerry Eze is a true man of God?
Okay. Through learning the scriptures, in the God of the Bible, we've got the Son, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So the Bible, my Bible tells me that God lives on the inside of me. So the Bible tells me that through the spirit of discernment, I'm able to determine which is good and which is not good. So I'm able to see, to understand, to discern who is the real thing.
Hold on. Did you just say God lives inside of you?
Yes.
So wait, if God lives inside of you,
Mhm.
why then do you need Jerry Eze? God lives inside of you.
By his spirit.
Hold on. So if God lives inside of you,
Mhm.
God lives inside Jerry Eze, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
God lives inside all Christians, everybody. God is inside all of you.
As long as you receive Jesus as your Lord and Savior, you receive his spirit.
Excuse me. So if God is inside you,
Yes.
why then do you need this online preacher with a God inside him as well, shouting this nonsense and bullshit to you, right? So why then?
Wait, let me answer that. Wait, hold on. Chill out.
Huh? Why then do you need this? Please answer. Why? You got God inside you. Mr. Shouting online also has a God inside him. But you
Let me answer that.
You with your God inside you have to go and look for this man with his God inside him. So tell us why.
Let me answer that. I'll start by saying, my God is the God of order. My God has so many ministries. He has prophets, pastors. No. Hold on. You know, I'm listening. The good thing about you, you're able to pause my.
Yet we've just heard Jerry Eze screaming and shouting. How is that order?
Are you going to give me time to answer that?
It's amazing.
Can I answer now?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Thank you. I'm saying God, whom I serve, who lives on the inside of me, is the God of order. He has pastors, he has prophets, teachers, and we call that fivefold ministries. So Pastor Jerry is one of them. So in Christianity, we have church. So in church, we have pastors. So that's why I follow Pastor Jerry. So in the old days, we used to go to church only. In English, and apparently Pastor Jerry's church, NSPPD, was established during COVID. So it's so nice that we are able to follow online and get healing online. So now, wait, hold on. Let me finish my statement, okay? So now, through Pastor Jerry's ministry, I'm a product of healing from his ministry. I had kidney failure.
Yeah, I'm chosen.
I beg your pardon?
No, sorry, no. There's a new slogan going on. Reggie and Vessel, I need to introduce you to I Am a Chosen. Remember, I told both of you I want to introduce you to a particular church.
Let me finish this, ma'am, okay?
One second. I'm just trying to remind them so that they remind me. Guys, I need to introduce you all to I Am a Chosen. Please continue. I am a chosen.
All those people are choosing scapegoats.
I am a chosen.
Can I continue?
Yes, please. Sorry about that. Sorry to interrupt.
Thank you. Thank you.
Did I talk to you?
Yeah.
I beg your pardon? So I was saying,
I'm saying, I'm sitting here listening to him hold Jerry's balls, and he's a true man of God and all that crap.
Kissing ass.
Oh no, that is not good. Can I continue, please?
Okay, please continue.
I want to know how
hearing insults now from my brother.
Okay, Temba, please continue. But right now, to be honest with you, you really are not saying anything. We are trying to figure out how did you determine that Jerry is a true man of God? Because looks like
I told you. I just answer you that.
Just following the
Jerry executed him of kidney failure.
Yes.
He's not following what he said. Jerry is cured him of kidney failure.
Kidney failure. Yes. Yes.
When did that happen
Yes.
and how?
The man is living in the UK where there's access to dialysis machines.
I was
there's access
about to
all
tell you
the
how I got
top
healed.
specialists.
Okay.
But he couldn't go to the hospital to
No,
get
no,
healed.
no, 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 no. That's
He had to wait for Jerry Eze to heal
that's
him.
your own way. You didn't wait for me to say.
1 second, guys. I have
This shouldn't be an argument, isn't it?
Remember, please. Just 1 second, guys. I have a goal, a subscription goal. If you subscribe, you get all those cool emojis, right? Daviosa and everyone who's a subscriber, please make sure to use those really cool emojis. That's my avatar, by the way. That's my avatar with all those cool emojis. That's me. Yeah, so yeah, that's me created. So if you subscribe, right? If you become a subscriber, you get to use those beautiful emojis, right? So now you were saying, Mr. You were healed of what was it again? This should be interesting. Healed of what?
Let me finish this, okay? Okay, I also wish you could give me.
Guys,
Yes.
please just let him finish what he's telling us, so we can then take it from there. Now,
My sister is a bit interested in the kidney failure issue. Let me just go to it straightly. My sister, I got diagnosed with kidney failure. I was admitted in hospital. Was in hospital for a week, going through dialysis. I was dialyzing 3 times a week: Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. During that time of the dialysis, that was when Pastor Jerry came into the UK. That was 2023. Yes, I went to for the prayer meeting. That was on Sunday. The prayer meeting was on Saturday and Sunday, due to many people that were there. So I was allocated on Sunday. So after that prayer meeting, which was
allocated for what?
There were so many people. This year, the prayer meeting was in Twickenham Stadium.
Yes.
So last year was in what is this arena? I don't remember. Is it?
We need to do a YouTube
It's Tottenham.
over the one from
Yes, thank you.
Like
So
a
there were so many
comparison,
people-
2023 versus 2024.
There were so many
What do you
people.
think?
So first lot of people went on Saturday. So I went on Sunday.
Oh, so they had to divide you guys.
Thank you. Yes.
So in 2023.
Yes. So then I'm telling you my
Excuse
testimony.
me, 1 second. So Jerry Eze's conference in 2023.
Pastor Jerry Eze.
Y'all had to be divided.
Jerry Eze, EZE.
Wait 1 second. So you guys had to be divided into different sections, right? So you were allocated to come and see Jerry on the
No, not to come and see him, to come and pray with
Hey,
the
you were
rest
allocated to come and see Jerry now for prayers on Sunday.
Okay, yes.
Right or wrong?
The way you're saying it is as if I want to see him.
No, you went
Okay.
to go without going to this place on the Sunday. This prayer that you're about to go and pray would not have happened. But Jerry had to be there, right?
You see him with your 2 naked eyes.
You had to see Jerry. So you had to go and see him and pray together with him, right or wrong?
Okay, yes.
Yes. So you were allocated to go on Sunday to go and pray with Jerry. Okay, please carry on.
Okay. So I was there on Sunday, like many other people on Sunday. So after the prayer on Sunday, remember, I was still doing dialysis. I don't
It's
know.
not funny.
It's
I
very
don't-
funny.
It's not.
It's very funny that somebody who's undergoing dialysis
Sister,
under the
can you
care of
Because you don't want it to be
specialists
true.
Oh,
doesn't
my
is
mean
all
it's
of
not
a
true.
sudden healed at the Jerry Eze
you
conference.
people are,
Why
are you so-
even go
You
to the
don't want it to
hospital?
be
Why even
true.
take the
I
dialysis?
told you guys yesterday.
Let him finish.
Oh,
Let him-
please.
These people are so angry. Why are you so
No, we're
angry?
not
You don't
angry.
have
We're
peace.
not angry. We're not
Temba,
angry.
don't even go there, because if you want me to unleash anger on you, I will. Can you continue your story, please?
Vessel, please, let him get through it.
Vessel, you've got to be.
Can you continue with your story? Don't try and don't police me or anything
No, this
like
is
that.
not a story.
I am not one of
testimony.
your Christian people in the church.
That's why you're angry. That
And
is
tell
the
how to
problem.
behave. So what if I'm so angry? What are you
You're
going
so
to do
angry.
about it?
I'm
What
telling
will
you
you do
the
about it?
testimony
Nothing.
here.
What can
That's
your
a
God do
testimony.
about it? Nothing. Can you
I'm
go
healed.
ahead and
God
tell us
healed
your
me
BS
through
story?
Pastor Jerry.
Go
Okay?
ahead and tell us your BS story.
This
Simple.
is a testimony. So you're angry. You can't even
Tell us
give
your
me
BS
time.
testimony. We are listening.
Okay. Slim, please don't say that we are angry. Where do you see anger? Me, I'm smiling over here. There's nobody angry here. Guys, can we tap on the screens? And please, you guys, can we send some roses to my moderators? I've got Godless Reggie and I've got Vessel of Dishonor. Please, can we send some roses to them? Right? They're here helping to man. I know sometimes, Vessel of Dishonor, she can be very, she doesn't tolerate the bullshit. But sometimes it's necessary so that people are not just rambling for the sake of just, we'll be here just listening to ramblings. And we don't want that. Okay, please continue with your testimony. Testimony time. Blessing time.
Okay, thank you, Mom. After Sunday prayers, okay, I came back in Sheffield. I live in Sheffield in the UK. So remember I told you that I was doing dialysis 3 times a week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturday. So obviously I came back to Sheffield on Sunday after the prayer. Tuesday, I went back to the dialysis. And after dialysis on Tuesday, I got back. First day when I got back, the doctor told me that I should have supposed to not to go to on dialysis on Thursday. She forgot to tell me, this is a female doctor, that my creatinine, I don't know if one of you knows, the creatinine is part of the kidney function.
Okay.
Yes. My creatinine has improved a lot. It was around 800 and something, and it has came down to 252. So he's
That has nothing to do with Jerry Eze.
Oh no, wait. I told you to be patient. Don't be angry. I'm talking to your mother.
Hold on, Vessel.
This woman is so angry. Oh no, this is my testimony.
Okay. Listen,
you know what anger is?
People listening as well. So that listen, I want us to have
Afro. It is. Do you know what it is to be labeled an angry black woman by a black man?
I want the conversation.
Promise, Mom. Okay.
You do not know what anger is. I am far from being angry. Just because I'm not tolerating the nonsense you're saying does not mean I am angry.
So
if I get
nonsense?
angry, you will, where you are in Sheffield right now, you'll be rushed back to A&E. Not only will your kidney fail again, but your liver will also fail. So don't claim that I'm angry, because I am far from angry.
No.
But if I unleash my anger on you, you will feel
I'm perfectly healed.
You will feel it,
no
right?
Chance.
So don't say that I'm
perfectly
angry.
healed
Just
now.
because I don't agree with what you're saying, just because I don't accept your BS, does not mean I'm angry. All right.
It doesn't matter whether you agree or you don't agree. Okay?
I have the right to air my opinion. If it does not agree with what you're saying, it does not make me angry. I hope you've got that into your thick skull.
If you don't agree with what I'm saying, this is
so
my
don't
testimony.
Call me angry because I don't agree with what you're saying.
Why are you shouting after all?
I am not shouting. I just shouted now. Did you see the difference? Did you tell the difference between the way I was talking and the shouting?
Go and have a glass of water.
Don't label me and don't try to tone police me.
Have a glass of water.
I don't drink water.
What do you
I
drink?
don't drink water. I drink Hennessy XO.
Oh.
Yes, unfortunately, you can't drink it. Not only can you not afford it because you don't have a working, functioning kidney, you also don't have the cash to afford it because you give all your money to Easy E.
I want to answer you that anyway. because at least it's obvious that you are drunk. No, I wasn't interested in all that. I wanted to share the testimony.
That's what you get. That's what you get for trying to talk with me.
Okay, Mama, have a beautiful day. At least I've my testimony. Thank you.
Wait, Temba, yes. Listen. I want to hear your testimony.
I so wish you could hear it. At least I've shared. But all in all,
okay. Listen, the other people as well want to hear your testimony.
Yes, they are so precious. So this woman, I don't know what I did wrong.
You're coming for me again?
Not tell her she's
I'm quiet. I'm quiet right now, but you want to keep coming for me.
She's muted. So she's muted herself, not involved in the conversation.
I was quiet, Afro.
Yes.
I was quiet, but he keeps coming for me.
Tell the people, no, she's not. Nobody's angry here. We're just having conversation. Okay, Temba, please talk to me.
Okay, thank you. So now, what I'm actually saying is,
Biggie, guys, tap on the screens. Biggie, please remind them to tap. Thank you, Biggie. Yes, Biggie Smalls.
What I'm actually saying, I'm the one that was sick. Okay, going through dialysis. And after going for the prayer through the man of God, Pastor Jerry, and I got healed, I would say immediately, because I went to dialysis on Tuesday. And when I got on there the second day, which is Thursday, then I was told that, no, the creatinine has improved so much that you don't need dialysis. You want to tell me, was that coincidence? Of course, no, it wasn't. I was off from dialysis that very week. That was in June. I think that was in June. That time till to date, I'm not dialyzing. I'm perfectly healed.
When was the last time you went to the hospital?
The last time I went to the hospital.
Yeah.
That was that very time I'm telling you about. I've never been. Go
do some checkup again.
One second.
Wait.
Temba, after you got healed.
Let me answer this gentleman.
I said you are talking to me, please.
Okay.
After you got healed, how much have you given to Jerry Eze's ministry?
How much? I haven't paid anything for that.
Afro, don't you realize what they always say? They always say that.
Yes, that's what they always say.
They always say that.
So, so you are telling me that God used Jerry Eze to heal you of your kidney issues.
Yes.
And you didn't go back and return the thanksgiving by saying, Pastor Jerry, thank you. If not for you, I would not have been healed. So you're saying you are one of the ungrateful people that come.
Let me put it this way.
Excuse me, you're going to let me finish, please.
Okay.
So, there were some people that received healing through Jesus, right? Jesus healed them and told them, go and show people. Some people went, they showed themselves and they never came back. But some other person came back and Jesus said to the man, because you came back, your own healing is now permanent. Because you showed appreciation, because you showed that you were thankful. But in your own case, you received healing via this man, right? You were allocated. You went there. You were given, and because of his miracle or whatever he did for you, you received healing, and you've never thought you should go and give thanks through Jerry Eze.
Can I answer that?
Yes, you can answer now.
Thank you, Mom. Thank you. I actually testified. I've got a record testimony here with me. I shared the testimony on the broadcast there. So the Bible says Jesus, after healing, the 9 gentlemen, only one returned, and he was made whole. So I'm one of those people that returned and glorified God.
Your testimony is on. Togba, please 1 second. 1 second, Togba. Your testimony is on their
So
website.
I did testify,
Is
mommy.
your testimony on their platform?
Yes, another one is the one that I'm saying to you. You're not the first people to tell you about that testimony.
He collapses right now.
Platform.
But ask him if he collapses right now, is his family going to call Jerry Eze or are they going to call 999?
Is your testimony on
That
the
is the
platform?
different issue you're talking about now, sister.
Is your testimony on the platform?
Yes.
Do you know what video this is? Wait, 1 second. What do you know what video this is?
Do I know what?
Where can I find your testimony?
I can send it to you now.
Just tell me and I will type it in. Tell me. Tell me what it is titled.
I think I have to give you
in front
the
of my
date it was
laptop.
broadcasted.
I'm sitting in front of my laptop.
I think I have to give you the date.
Afro, I mean, listening to Tumbo said that when he went to the hospital, the doctor told him, after he came from Jerry is a crusade, the doctor told him, oh, I forgot to tell you, you shouldn't have gone for dialysis Thursday. That means the doctor saw improvement in his situation
before he went.
Before.
No.
That's what you
saw
said.
The improvement on Tuesday. Don't forget.
No.
I was going for dialysis.
He thinks that we are dumb. He thinks that we don't know. When you go for dialysis, you're going for dialysis. They're not testing anything.
Yes.
They tested before he went. That's when they took bloods and everything, and they tested him and got the results.
And the doctor said that the doctor told him
times
that I forgot to
and
tell
I was
you.
there on Sunday. So
You said the doctor told you that she forgot to tell you that you shouldn't have gone for dialysis. That's what you said.
Every time
you said the doctor told you she forgot.
Let me tell you
he
this.
lies too much.
Sorry, guys. Hold on. Yes, sir.
No, hold on. Temba.
Yes.
So you are saying that Jerry Eze is a middleman. Is a middleman between you and God. Are you saying that?
No, that's you saying. I've never said that.
You can't ask healing on your own from God. You want a middleman.
The middleman between me and God.
That's what you guys are doing.
You
guys are
never once
idolizing
mentioned God. He's just mentioning Jerry Eze. The whole time, not once mentioned God. It's just Jerry Eze.
Yeah, maybe we should ask him who's your God? Is Jerry Eze or God? Who's your God?
Mama, did I answer you?
I have some questions for him in relation to dialysis. Sir, what's the purpose of dialysis? One of the purposes. atrogenically and lower
testimony,
plasma and lower plasma creatine concentrations and lower creatine concentrations. That is how it works.
That's the old way
Both things
of trying
work,
to
sir, and you are
discredit Pastor
attributing it
Jerry
to
because you
Pastor
hate
Jerry
him.
Izzy. It's not Pastor Jerry Izzy.
That's
The
Pastor
dialysis
Jerry
did
who
what it
prays
did,
for me.
sir.
That's Pastor Jerry. Why have I not
It's
been-
not Pastor Jerry Izzy's prayers.
That's
What is
Pastor
more
Jerry's
likely, sir?
prayers.
Sir,
I've
sir,
been
sir, sir,
dialyzing for 3 months,
stop.
okay?
This is why Vessel is getting angry at you. This is why Vessel is the way she's speaking to you. Because you are bringing BS. You are totally mistaken.
No,
I
I'm
just
not
told
mistaken.
you, based
I'm not
on
mistaken. I've been dialyzing for
Healthline,
for
hello,
3
sir,
months.
based on the medical data, creatine, one of the ways to lower creatine in your system is to do hemodialysis.
Listen,
And
I've
change
been
of diet.
dialyzing
And
3
since
months.
you
In the
did
space
that,
of 3
it
months,
will
I
have
got
lowered the
prayer and I got
creatine
healed.
levels.
Then you are
I
telling
don't
me that
care
I
how
come
much
back.
you are trying to talk over me, sir.
No.
Please do not do that.
I shouldn't do what?
Sir, do not do that.
Let's not talk over each other, please.
Come on.
No.
As I'm not talking over him, he's talking
I'm
over
about
me.
to tell him to mute. I'm about to tell him to mute himself.
Thank you.
I've muted him.
Right, I'm not talking over him, he's talking over me.
I've just muted him.
Right, no. So Healthline, which is a credible health website, says you may be able to lower your creatine levels and support kidney health by avoiding certain supplements, medications, or other substances. Then the other website, Journal of Translational Medicine, Biomed Central, says creatine is genetically removed during hemodialysis. So hemodialysis removes creatine. It can lower your creatine levels. And that is what is also used to do, because your creatine levels was too high. And that's why the doctor said you shouldn't have come the Thursday for the dialysis, because they had already, the dialysis did what it was supposed to do. Also the change of diet.
Yes, Phil, that's true. Exactly, Phil.
Can I also add?
Whoa, he ran. Whoa.
Let me also add, and this is why all the people that are in Jerry Eze's, all the people that are in Jerry Eze's church, they claim that they are receiving healing. When that thing you think you are healed of, when it will come back in full force, you are in serious trouble. You are in serious trouble. So when we talk about dialysis, right? I went and had a look, okay? Is dialysis permanent? For some people, it's not. It's not a do or die. Okay, this is it. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. It's not a for life thing for some people. For some people, it is, until they can get, a transplant, right? So in some cases, it says, when is dialysis temporary? While most people on dialysis will stay on it for the long term, dialysis can be temporary in cases where kidneys abruptly lose their ability to filter and clean your blood. Then the doctors will recommend dialysis for what? A short time, until your kidneys recover function. For all you know, he might just have been one of the people that his kidney recovered its function. Hence why they're saying you can come off the dialysis. But my people, his creatinine levels came up and automatically it was Jerry Eze. The fact that you were allocated to a Sunday service, they couldn't bring you on a Saturday. They allocated Sunday to you to go and visit Jerry Eze. And until you went there, before you got healed, there is something wrong with that. You, Mr. What is his name? Temba, could not pray for yourself at home. You could not lay your hand on yourself. Your God is making a mockery of you. He needs you to go and see Jerry Eze before your God can visit you. And listen, that day, maybe you paid the right tithe. Maybe you paid the right offering on that day. Maybe you did the right thing. I don't know. Whatever it is that you did, you must have done it right. Because some people, they give money, they go to all the services, they do everything. They don't receive a healing at all. They get nothing. So you, in your mind, you were lucky, very lucky, right? But this is dangerous, guys. This guy is a walking, well, let me not, talking about you being healed from kidney disease.
Yes, he's a walking.
That's
I'm sure the doctor. And I'm sure the doctor will have told him that he has to come back for a periodic checkup.
So he's Olu speaker and call them Olodumare.
Right.
Because in Twi, they've got their own way to call it. They've got a name for, like, let's say, grace. You can say grace in Yoruba. You can say grace in Igbo. You can say grace in Twi. But you can never call grace as a Twi person using Yoruba or Igbo. It doesn't make sense.
It's a shame, though, that a man from Lesotho will have to go all the way looking for a man from Nigeria just to receive his so-called healing. And you heard him say, Jerry Eze is not the only one he follows. He follows all these other.
Yes, he said Nigeria is blessed. He said Nigeria is blessed with men of God.
Okay, guys.
I see it as a curse. I don't see it as a blessing. That's a curse.
Guys,
come on.
Vessel, just 1 second. Guys, the 2 boxes, please, let's only bring up these people that follow Jerry Eze or people that believe. Because right now, the panel now, I think there's about 5, 6 of us here who are, we agree with each other so that we're not too many of us. We've got Sheikh Rogers. Sheikh Rogers, you're not a follower of Jerry Eze. So what do you have to add to this conversation, Sheikh?
He's another one who is a fan of Godless Reggie. I saw his comments yesterday in the comments. I saw what he was saying about Godless Reggie. So he's also another one who wants Godless Reggie to pay him attention.
Okay, Reggie. No. Sheikh, are you there? Sheikh? So do we have anyone prepared to come and have a conversation about Jerry Eze? Una they pray, they show. They pray, they show. They show, they pray. Huh? What nonsense?
They show for Jerry Eze bank account.
What nonsense? Una they pray, they show. See what's in una they pray. Listen to this nonsense bullshit here. Huh? Listen now. Make a click on that. Una they pray, they show.
Vessel. Don't worry. He got his, as we say here, he got his issue last night.
Did he now?
Sheikh is a Muslim, so he's another Arab.
Yeah. Person. 1 second, please. Listen, they pray issue. This is what my people have made this guy a billionaire. This is what he does online that has made him a billionaire. Okay, guys? This is it here.
The tower of Babel. My father, look at it. My father, come down. My father, scatter, 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 scatter. Say today, whatsoever has raised itself above the knowledge of God in my life, any affliction, any disease, whatever you are, that has raised itself above the knowledge of God. I say no, 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 whatever you are, scatter, scatter, scatter.
But the guy is mad. He's mad.
He's creating content. He's a content creator. He's creating content.
Stirring up people, that's all he's doing.
If you bring this guy to Germany, we'll take him for therapy.
That's the thing.
They will arrest him and take him to a therapeutic institute for healing. He's someone, he needs some vitamins or some minerals, some healthy organic minerals.
He said he needs some minerals.
You know, oil. I thought some bottles going. I thought some bottles going at $1 each.
Please, guys, need to take it easy on me, I beg, please.
But it's true, Afro. It's true. If you are, let's say, for example, in the UK, you start talking about you're hearing God talking to you. God is showing you things. You are seeing demons in people, right? And you're praying like this. Imagine you go to that speaker's corner and you start praying like this. What till they go do you?
They will
section you. Section straight away.
How did we normalize? How did we normalize this bullshit and call it prayers? How did we normalize the bullshit? Yeah? So no, guys, wait, 1 second, please. Kingsley, wait, Kingsley, guys. Kingsley, just mute yourself for a minute. It's going to be difficult. You've got opposition, right? I'm not trying not to get us to, we agree with each other already. Let's talk to the people that we need to talk to about this, because this is a cancer. This thing is eating deep in the brains of our people. This religion thing. So let's get this conversation going. Guys, it's gone. Farouk.
Yes.
Farouk, you are a Muslim, right?
Yes.
So what are you doing here?
I'm a Muslim. I'm an African, so I know it's an African platform. So I'm a pro-African, a Mandingo man. So that's why I'm. Yes.
So Farouk, so you believe what part of Africa are you from, Farouk?
The best people from Africa.
Liberia.
What part of Africa are you from?
He's from Liberia.
Liberia, to be specific.
So how come a Liberian?
We are the best in Africa.
Wait, how come a Liberian is how did you come across the Arabian, the God from Arab, the Arabian one? How did you come about that?
My forefather was Muslim, so myself I'm Muslim.
Your forefathers, how many ones before you?
My great grandfather was a Muslim. They were Muslim. They all were Muslim.
Great grandfather. How many fathers how many grandfathers back?
I can say maybe 100.
Okay.
Wow.
100 before.
That's not possible,
That's
my
a lie.
brother.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
Farouk, why are you?
But why do people like telling lies like this?
You ask me why, then I will explain to you. Simple as that.
please let me speak to him, please. Farouk, so why are you a Muslim?
Yeah, I'm a Muslim because I see the Muslim religion to be the best 100% religion to follow, and when you follow, you know your creator. Because we human, we were not brought here for just like that, but we were created by creator. And I have discovered that creator, and I must serve that creator.
Reggie, go on.
So, are you related to the or any relation on your mom or your dad's side? Are you related to the people that got brought back to Liberia?
My mom? You said my mom that what?
Is either one of your parents any relation to the people that got brought back to Liberia?
From America.
Oh yes, I have some of my uncles and brothers in America, but they actually migrated there, but they did not. They were not there.
Talking about, are you one of those people that came to Liberia, the Congo people? That's why he's saying.
No. We are original African. You know, we Mandingo people, we are original African, and in fact, we are the best in Africa.
I don't think so.
Right, Afro. He's gonna take us away from the discussion that we're having. He's not NSPPD. Adam is not NSPPD. So,
but can these people prove the existence of God? This Farouk and Adam.
King Temi, maybe King Temi is a NSPPDian. Hello, King Temi.
Yeah.
King Temi? Hi. Are you an NSPPDian?
No.
Are you a Christian?
Yes, I'm a Christian, but I don't go to church.
Why don't you go to church?
Because I don't believe in most of the bullshit they're preaching. It's just all about their selfish interest in their pocket, their stomachs.
So how can you be a Christian but you know what the Christians are doing is BS? How can you remain?
Well, I grew up in Christian home. That is what I've been feeding. That's what they fed me with while growing up, and that is the only thing I understand.
So why don't you look for the truth? Because if you were indoctrinated into this religion and you can see that the things that these people are doing is BS, why don't you search and find out how they started following this tradition? Why they started following?
Well, I believe one thing, that is not all about religion. For you to be able to communicate with God, or for you to be, you don't need to belong to any religion, gathering or society for you to be able to find your path.
Okay, now while these people are doing their BS, as you call it, where is the God? Why is the God not stopping them?
Well, to my own understanding and what I believe, whatever they're trying to do, they will justify. Either there is God or not. We are not living in a spiritual world or spiritual realm. This is a physical existence of all human. So I will not say, that is the reason why I said, if I have any Buddhist temple around here, I would prefer to be a Buddhist, because Buddhist doesn't preach anything about spirituality. It's just all about the life you live now, how you live it, how happy you are. Forget about heaven, forget about hell, just live your life and be happy. So whatever the Christianity brings in, or Islam brings in to let us believe, or whatever religion brings in about the afterlife or the spiritual world, I don't just want to disturb my head over nothing. The only thing that matters to me now is the life I'm living. And if we eventually move to the afterlife, whatever comes there, I won't be the only person there, right? Though, yeah, I won't be the only person there. So whatever, billions of people have gone before me. So if we get there, then we'll cross it.
Can I ask a question, please?
Yes, I'm listening.
I just heard you say that when we move to the afterlife, is there an afterlife?
Well, no. See, if anybody says that,
no, I'm asking a question. Is there?
Yes, I will answer you. Just hold on. Just hold on. Let me just say this. If any man says that he knows what will happen to us after we have died, is either he's a fool or liar.
You were just telling us about something that happens after we die.
Because that is what most human beings believe.
You were just telling us. You're saying that anyone who says that there is something after the afterlife, that person is a fool. But that's what you were doing just a minute ago, and this is why I stopped you.
Is either a liar or a fool.
You just said we are moving to the afterlife.
That is my point. That is what many. Yes, hold on. My point is this. This is what many people believe. If there is life or not, it doesn't. I don't really care. It doesn't matter to me. Because
okay,
what matters to me is this.
No,
the life I'm living presently.
One second, please, one second. Can you tell me what do you think happens what's going to happen in your own afterlife? The one that you believe. What's going to happen?
Has there been anybody who have gone to afterlife and come back to tell us?
Tell me what you were taught in your church. What were you told about the afterlife?
Forget about what they taught me in the church. I don't care. Because they are all a bunch of liars.
Can you please answer my question? What were you taught about the afterlife? What do you know about the afterlife? Please. What was it they told you about the afterlife? Because you were actually going on. You said we are moving there. When we move to the afterlife. So I want to know, what do you know about the events in this afterlife?
I've never been there before.
Okay, I know you haven't been. I know you haven't been. What have you been told about the afterlife?
There are so many stories about your spirit to leave your body, go send it to heaven, all that kind of shit. But the truth of the matter is, whatever we enjoy is on this earth. So they've told us so many things. Some will say, oh, there is hell, there is heaven, there is that. If you don't pay tithe, you won't make heaven.
Do you believe in heaven and hell? Can you guys tap on the screens for me? And I've got a gift goal as well. If you're watching on YouTube, can you please make sure to give the stream a thumbs up? Thank you for watching. Guys, I've also got subscriptions up there, right? If you subscribe, you get some cool emojis, some cool features. Very soon I'll be able to host what do you call it now? Subscription only lives, right? So that you guys can enjoy the benefits of being a subscriber. So thank you. So sir, do you believe in heaven and hell?
No.
You don't believe in heaven and hell. So where were you planning to move to? You said we were moving to the afterlife. Where in the afterlife were you? Where were you going in the afterlife?
I said something earlier. I've never been there.
Okay.
And if anybody should tell me this is what will happen to anybody who died. But one thing I know about is, I believe everything won't just be blank and dark.
Why not?
Either there is heaven or hell, I don't believe in it. But I believe there is something that will happen to us.
Like what?
After we die.
Like what?
That I don't know. I don't know.
Why do you believe that? Why do you believe that something will happen to us after we die? Why? What would make you believe? Have you seen a dead person before?
No.
You've never seen a dead person.
I've seen a situation.
You've never seen a dead person before. You have never seen a dead person before. I'm asking you a question. Have you ever seen a dead person before?
A dead person?
Yes.
Yes, I've been an undertaker for years.
You've been an
before dropping. I started working as an undertaker when I was in GSS 3.
Your undertaker job.
Dead body doesn't mean anything to me.
Excuse me. In your undertaker job, when that person has finally unalived, right? They're no longer here with us. Have you seen them going anywhere or doing anything after they're dead? As an undertaker, you will be able to help us here. Have you seen any movement? Have you seen any relocation of the dead going somewhere, moving something? Have you seen it?
Do you hear that? I haven't, but I've seen a scenario or scene that's beyond human physical view.
You've seen beyond human physical view.
Yes.
What did you see? What did you see in the beyond the human physical view? What did you see?
I've entered a morgue before. That is a mortuary where they embalm bodies. And I've seen a body move up and go back to where they are. And calm down. Just let me lie. It's not much for you to believe me. It's not much for you to believe me.
It's okay.
I'm not saying this to convince you. Just hold on.
We're just asking questions. We just want to know. That's all.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to explain. Okay. That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to say this to convince you or to believe me.
No, it's not a matter of convincing.
But the only thing
we are trying to determine. Listen, Uncle, hold on. We hear a lot about this afterlife. We get people coming to threaten us. Wait until you die. Then you will see what happens in the afterlife. Something's gonna happen.
They are all criminals.
You're gonna see God. You're gonna see Allah.
They are all criminals. They are criminals.
They're gonna see this, that, blah, blah. So please, I'm trying to determine this afterlife. Is it a thing? Is it? But you
do you know why I believe?
Wait, you said
you know what I believe? I believe in afterlife.
Uncle, hold on.
Like I said.
Wait now. You said you have seen beyond human perception. You've seen beyond you. So can you tell us, what did you see? You said you saw a dead body that went back. Back to where? Where did the dead body go?
Can I talk now?
Yes, please.
Are you true?
Yes, I am.
Thank you. I think that was 2000 and that should be between 2017 or 18. I went to this lawsuit in Ikeja, GRA, and a friend called me that we want to go and get a body though, and he said, let's go in. And when I want to step into the morgue, I was shivering. I couldn't move my body. My head was swollen and like, what's going on? And to move my steps, I couldn't. To move my legs, I couldn't. And he said to me, I understand, something is wrong somewhere. Then tell me what is wrong. And he brought out a bottle of Shinab, the seaman, and alligator pepper. He counted it in my presence, 9. He chewed it, put some drinks, pour it on the floor, pour some of the drink on the floor, give it to me to drink. I have a bottle of it. He asked me to drink half of it, which I did. And he was saying that, how do you feel?
So you were drinking on the job?
Not the job. This person, I said something now that I did, and I work as an undertaker when I was in
the job.
You are not listening. You are not listening. I said I worked as an undertaker when I was in GS 3 to SS, I think.
Okay. So
after finish my secondary school.
This story you're telling
Not
us.
that I'm presently an undertaker.
No, this story you're telling us, were you an undertaker when this was happening?
This 2017, 2018 now.
Yes. Were you?
I wasn't an undertaker.
Oh,
I followed a friend to pick a body.
Oh, you
no,
just followed
I wasn't. I went to a mob to pick.
Okay. So you went to go and pick the body, huh?
The car broke down. We can't move, and somebody came into like, oh, the spirit is this, and they did one or two things, and even the mechanic have checked everything.
Sorry,
the car wasn't moving.
Sorry, your internet cut out. Can you please go back to the point where both of you were drunk? After drinking, then what happened?
He was drinking.
After that, I felt relief.
You felt relief.
And he said, "Can you step in now?" Yes, because then I was shivering, and I was just feeling I was hearing some strange voices within my head. Like, I won't be able to do this. I'm going to say, no, I understand.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you were hearing.
And after that, after it brought out the alligator and the seaman, no.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Area 51, no do now. Area 51, see alcohol now. Ah.
He got shit faced one night.
Area 51. Reggie, what did you say?
He said one night.
You said I was what? Yeah, the network is bad.
Yes, your network is bad. So you said, so you gained some confidence, right? You now got some confidence after drinking the alcohol. So what happened?
Not just much. I didn't. It just a thought, and after I stopped hearing those sounds, the voices in my head, and I was able to step in without feeling shivering, without feeling my head swelling. And I got into there because it's what I've done before, it's what I've experienced, it's what I've seen before. It shouldn't be new to me, right? So when I got in there, I wasn't even feeling anything, any shivering or maybe hearing a voice in my head.
Okay.
Anymore. So it makes me believe that it might be maybe not for human, but there is a spiritual realm. To me, it's just my own perspective. It's just my own view.
So 1 second.
I believe there is
1 second. Please, 1 second. Let me break down what you have just told us, right? So the question to you is why you believe there's an afterlife, right? Why you believe that there is, something that goes on after we die. So you went to assist in picking this dead person, right? So the dead person was laying there, but for some reason you were unable to go in. You were trembling, right? And you were hearing voices. Then your friend says, "Here, take some schnapps and some bitter, what was it now? What was the other thing?
Alligator pepper.
Some alligator pepper. Just take this, which you drank, and after you drank, you now started feeling better, right? And you were able, and so for that reason, you believe that there must be something. Now, there are a lot of things here that I would need to figure out first before we start concluding that this has to do with that dead person that was there. Because don't forget, that person is dead.
But it's not just one.
No, hold on. Yes, that dead person is there, and they are not in any way, shape, or form affecting your life. They're just there. So you're going to go and help them. So the question that we need to find out is, number one, did you sleep well the night before? That's number one. Number two, yes. Had you eaten? Had you eaten before you came to this place, right? What was your own, what was the state of your health? What was the state of your life before you?
100% good.
Because you may have been, I don't know, could have been anything, right?
Nothing like
on there, and you start shivering.
Nothing like what you're suggesting or you're thinking about.
Are you saying that it was the dead person It was a dead person that was making you shiver.
You see, in an environment like that, things happens.
Was it the dead person that was making you shiver?
Hold on. See, life is about choices, right? What you believe, I may not believe it, and what I believe, you don't need to believe it. But, okay, you're saying, oh, there's no life after death. Fine. So how sure are you that there's no life after death? Have you been there before?
I am not saying that. I'm trying to figure out what you are telling us. I've not even made a claim like that at all. I've not said there is no life after death. You've not heard those words out of my mouth, right? All I know is that I've seen a dead person and they don't go anywhere. You have been an undertaker. You've cared for dead bodies, right? And you've not seen them go anywhere. And now the story that you tell us, you're on your way to go and pick up a dead person. But for the alcohol, right? But for that alcohol, you were shivering, right? So shiver could have been, maybe you were coming down with an illness.
Yeah.
Maybe
Low
your blood sugars were low.
Yeah, my blood sugar when it goes low, I shiver. And then my thoughts tend to run in.
And Phil, he might have just been anxious for whatever reason. That might just be some anxiety going on there. It could be anything.
Yeah, those things that happen.
So how is this anything to do with this afterlife that we are talking about? How is the afterlife making you get a fever? Or no, to have this feverish condition? I mean, guys, think about it, right? There's an afterlife. There's an afterlife and the events that go on in the afterlife. And now he's come to help the afterlife people, to bring one of their persons that has gone to the afterlife. He's trying to help those people over there. And now they're coming to make his own life a misery by making. How is he going to finish the work for the afterlife people? Shouldn't they be giving him, decent health and saying, please help us to carry our body and go and put it in him? You understand? How are the afterlife people impacting on you so much so that now you're not able to help them? Because right now you're here in this place to come and help afterlife people. Right? So it just makes no sense to me that if there is an afterlife people or thing, whatever, then why are they bothering you like this? Why are they making you suffer? Why are they making you shiver?
Like a drug to me.
There's natural things that happen. And we have evidence of that. And people are experiencing such things because of natural occurrences. So, what is more probable? Is it an afterlife? Somebody trying to communicate from an afterlife that you have no evidence of? You just believe? Actually, as I heard today, and I agree, believing is intellectual dishonesty.
Did you say, Phil, that believing is dishonesty? Is that what you said? That believing
intellectual dishonesty.
Intellectual dishonesty.
I heard Sebastian put it well. He's the one that was explaining. He said, oh, yes, that is, yeah. It's intellectual dishonesty. Because you're believing something that you don't have any evidence for and believing it to be true.
Okay, Rev, just one second. Pastor Urch, you are even a pastor, so you would know everything about the afterlife. Pastor Urch, come on now. Come, you said there is an afterlife, my dear. So me too, my dear Pastor Urch, come and tell us about the afterlife. If it's sure for you, say afterlife day, right? You're sure what you're talking about. Please come up and tell us about this afterlife. I'm sure, how many of us are here? 93 people. You guys would want to know about the afterlife, right? No, guys? See, Pastor Urch, don't laugh now. Come and tell us, Pastor Urch. Come on, don't laugh.
How's he so sure? You've never been there.
Pastor Urch, come on. I'm waiting for you. This afterlife, Pastor Urch, at least you will be able to tell us, right? You'll be able to guide us. so that we don't perish. This is what they always say, hey, give your life to Jesus so you don't perish in the afterlife. Okay, afterlife, where is it? I mean, what goes on there, right? So there's an afterlife, my dear. There is an afterlife. Invite you again. No, hit the request button. Hit the request button. Come on.
I'm there already.
Oh, you're already here. Oh, hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Yeah. First of all, I am not here to argue. Okay. I'm not here to dispute with anyone of one's belief. We all have our own belief system. You can believe whatever you choose to believe. I'm a pastor, but I'm not here. I'm not even here on this platform as a pastor. Okay. But I just want to state an experience I had.
Before you continue, sir, just so we know who we are talking to. You said you're a pastor.
Yeah, I am.
Were you called by God or were you ordained by a man?
It depends on what you think. But if I say I'm called by God, how do you know I'm called by God? If I say I'm ordained by a man,
it's nothing, sir.
Does it validate my being a pastor? So that's what I'm saying. I don't want to come on this platform.
Sir, it's nothing to do with me at all. I want to know how you came about being a pastor. That's all. This is not anything to do with me, right? So I just want to know, were you called by God to be a pastor? Or did somebody lay their hands on you and say, I hereby make you a pastor? Just that's all I want to know. Okay, please unmute yourself, sir.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. So can you please answer? Were you called by God?
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't want us to go there, whether being called by God or being ordained. I'm not here on this platform.
Pastor Ed, you came up here. I'm not here to do this. I'm not here to do that. I was just quiet watching you. And then now you're being asked a question. I'm not here on this to do this. I'm not here on this. Why did you come up if you don't want to have a discussion? Why are you putting up all these walls? Do you not have faith in your God that he will see you through all our questions and our inquiries? We want you to prove your God. We want you to have that confidence, that God power, you know? Maybe,
like I said,
maybe if you show us that mighty power of your God, you can hear me talking, Oga. Maybe if you show us that mighty power of your God, we will decide if we want to worship it or not. But if you come up here and you're putting walls, I am not going to do this. I'm not going. Waiting, do you?
Hey, Juad.
I also wanted to say something to him too. Before she did, I had unmuted at the same exact time. Honestly, sir, nobody cares that you're a pastor here. You don't get extra respect. You can't make no rules here. You can't say what you want to talk about here or not. Listen, you are a guest here. So if the host asks you a question, I do not care if you are a pastor or who you are. You must answer the question. Like we say here in the United States, if you don't like it, don't let the door hit you or the good Lord split you. We don't play those games here.
Okay, I get your rules in this house. The fact that I have pastor in my name, I preach the gospel.
Okay.
And I pastor the church. I'm no longer pastoring the church now, but I pastor the church.
Okay.
And I preach the gospel of Jesus Christ.
And collected tithes, right?
I don't collect tithes. It doesn't belong to me. I've never collected tithe from anybody before.
Collect. If you didn't collect tithes, what did you collect?
No, I don't want.
I never collected any tithe. I've never been paid as a pastor.
I said, if you didn't collect tithe, what are you collecting?
Hold on.
That's what I'm saying. It's not everybody. It's not everybody that believes in tithing. It's not everybody that believes.
Let's talk about the afterlife. Let's talk about the afterlife.
That is why I came to talk about the afterlife.
Can we stop attacking him? Let him talk.
Hey,
I want to talk about the afterlife, please.
It's the afterlife I want to talk about.
Okay.
That's what I heard. I just want to state an experience that I had.
1 second, Pastor Edge. You made a comment in the chat. You said there is an afterlife, my dear.
Yes, and I want to state the reason why.
The reason why. So
yes.
After this reason that you're going to give us, we'll somehow get to the bottom of this afterlife something. So please go on and tell us, but very briefly, why.
I'm going to be very brief.
Okay.
I had an uncle that died. Okay. I wasn't a pastor then, but I had an uncle that died, and we went for his burial in my village. I'm from the southeast, eastern part of Nigeria. So we went for his burial. A man who is dead shouldn't have a reason to decide how he will be buried, right? If we believe that if they are dead, they are dead. There should be nothing. They have nothing to say. They have nothing to decide for themselves how they should be buried. Now, this one happened in my presence, and since then, I made up my mind, and it convinced me that there's an afterlife.
Okay.
Now, we got to the house after going to church, the normal proceedings of burial, interment, and what. Time to lay him to the ground. And they carried the casket, trying to lay him to the ground, and the casket refused to enter into the grave.
What happened?
In front of his house.
How come?
That's what I'm saying.
How come?
I'm going to explain to you.
Was something stopping the casket from going in?
Something was stopping the casket. I don't know whether he is the one. I don't know, but I know there was a force.
Hold on, Uncle, hold on. I
don't hold on.
One second. So you open the ground, right? The ground is open.
6 feet, yes.
6 feet. And so now this casket is heavy. Heavy. Right? And so when they put it in, there is nothing that is stopping that, as if they've got the right measurements, right?
Yes.
The weight of the casket should make it such that by the time they lower it in, it goes all the way to the bottom, right?
Yes.
But you are saying to us that something was stopping the casket from going in.
Yeah, the casket refused to enter into the grave.
How is that possible?
In my presence.
How is that possible? They can just put it in. If the thing refuses, you push it in.
Yeah, my story is still halfway now. Now, we were there for close to 25 minutes. I was younger then. I'm talking about 1995 or 96. Yeah, 95 or 96. Now, we were all very surprised. We were like, what's happening? What's happening? The people who were laying him into the ground, some people had entered into the grave. Okay, now since the casket was refusing to go into the grave, some people jumped into it, put their hands to collect the casket and lower the casket into the grave. But the casket refused, rather than go in, it tumbles. I am telling you, it happened in my presence, and since then it changed my orientation about the afterlife.
Okay, so the casket tumbled,
It keeps tumbling until an old man came. The old man said, keep the casket on the ground. They kept the casket. He said, open it. I want to see how you guys were laying this man into the ground in front of his house. It was actually his building. Now, they found out that the man was laid facing the head was outside. The head was like towards the main road, you know, and the man said, no, you don't bury a dead man, especially the owner of the house, to face the house. The head has to be by the house, not by the road.
What?
So yeah, I'm telling you, it happened in my presence. If it was a story, I would have been like, it's a story.
One second, let me understand something. So the man's head is supposed to be facing where?
The man's head is supposed to be outside, kind of facing the building. No, it's supposed to be by the building, facing the main road. But they were now laying the man on the ground. Go ahead.
Who gives these rules for how a person must be buried? I'm trying to understand.
Good question.
So,
yeah, I know.
When they put the person into the box, shouldn't they have this information before they put the person inside the box, right? So now, is this a culture thing that you bury people facing the road and facing the front or facing the back? And I've never heard this before. So
I'm telling you, I've never heard it before until I saw it.
Who's giving these rules? Who's giving these rules?
I don't know. That's what I'm telling you. I don't know exactly until
because
the old man
cultural
came.
Superstition, right? Mind you, this
I don't care if it's a superstition. But what I'm saying is,
nobody asked you what you care about.
Okay.
No one asked you what you care about.
Okay.
Whoa, like seriously.
I care.
This is a African cultural or practice that people were carrying out, right? This casket and this dead body were taken into the church, meaning that this person is a Christian. Yes? So they did whatever rites they did in church, and then they came to burying. So all of a sudden, the dead body now all of a sudden wanted to practice African cultural beliefs or superstitions. It no longer wanted to be a Christian. Do you see how confusing
this story that he is telling? You told the exact same thing about my grandfather. That when he died,
I've heard about these things as well.
His body refused to enter into the ground.
On Nollywood, the engine will knock. Whatever transporting that body, the engine will knock.
Then the dead body will start. Okay, but what we're trying to do here, Mr. Urch, you said that there is afterlife, and all you have said to us is the casket refused to enter, and somebody came and said, put his head this way and put his head that way. But don't you forget, before this old man came, you said that the casket was tumbling. It was tumbling. You said that. So could it be that in the process of the casket tumbling, the dead has moved? And that's what caused him to be facing whatever way he is facing. Was there something inside that ground? Because, people can be very, very, they can be very clever because they're trying to put this fear in people. Dead body, this grandfather, this and this and that. Right? While they were burying, did they put something? Did you look in there? There are things that we need to ask before we start making assumptions that, dead body is moving, dead body don't want to be buried. Like, what the fuck? He's no longer there. He's gone. He's just a shell of him is there. There's no way that man was doing nothing. Nothing was happening over there. But we just make these dead people just, So I want to know, right, sir, after he was turned properly, did the casket now go down well? Did the body go down well? And if it did, how Does that prove
Immediately he was turned.
Yeah. Yeah. Immediately he was turned.
If dead bodies die and they just die and they die and we believe they are dead, so why should they decide how to be buried?
He didn't decide anything.
He did.
He did not decide anything.
Because until he was turned, there was nothing anybody could do about it. Because each time you want to lay it, it turns the other way.
That's
It doesn't want to go
You
in.
didn't tell us anything at all. You didn't tell us anything at all about him turning the other way. You didn't say nothing about that.
Excuse me. Not turn the other way itself. What I'm saying is, it tries.
Stop, sir. Stop.
1 second.
Hello.
Can we just allow him to talk?
1 second.
They're not allowing me to talk. I don't like this.
Be quiet, sir.
Say something.
The horse is trying to speak.
I'm trying to say something, please. Listen. So this person is dead. He's no longer there. He's gone. Right? Now, whatever direction he was facing, right? When they said open the casket, the man came and looked at him and said, turn him this other way, right? And then they turned him that way. Right? I want you to prove to us that it was the dead man that was telling you how he wants to be buried.
Now, I don't have anything to prove here. I'm just stating my experience, why I believe someone dies today does not mean the person is not alive. If
poor evidence,
something as simple as turning the dead body's face from one end to the other could just make it easy.
That does not correlate, sir. Correlation does not mean causation.
Now,
correlation does not mean causation.
You guys are not allowing me to talk.
Sorry.
That's
no. Correlation does not mean causation. Full stop. You are saying there's a correlation. Changing the guy's direction probably redistributed the weight such that the person's letting him down. One person might have been releasing the rope too fast, and it caused the coffin to turn because of weight distribution. So you can't make that conclusion that is a dead body. There are more logical, natural explanations than to make up stuff that you don't have any evidence for and concluding that it's that. When you don't have any evidence, that's not proving anything. That's not proving that there's a life after death. There are natural explanations as to why the body, the coffin, will have turned and roll. Not because of somebody. We know that happens if there's a disparity in weight distribution and depends on who is letting down, because I suspect that there probably were 4 persons letting down the coffin, or unless the coffin was on this special mechanism that they use today. Well, I don't know, back then they probably had it, which actually goes down slowly. But if it was guys standing with ropes to let down the body, those guys are of different sizes, not the same strength. There are so many different other natural explanations. But to jump to a conclusion of something that you don't have evidence for is ridiculous.
And also, he didn't experience any afterlife. He didn't. He was a child and he saw what he saw, but that was not an experience of afterlife. You can't use that be a story that it's proof that there's an afterlife. I thought he was going to say that he unalived and went somewhere and came back. Then yeah, that's an experience of an afterlife. But he didn't experience anything. The guys who are lowering the coffin could have also pretended stuck and doesn't want to go in. They do it. They do these things to cause drama, fear, confusion, to enforce those superstitious beliefs. So I don't believe any of it. None of it at all. You can't be saying that you took the body to the church, you did your prayers and everything, and then all of a sudden you get to the grave, the body doesn't want to be buried because it's facing the wrong direction. When you're unalive, you're unalive. Even if they bury you standing up, you won't wake up. In the morgue, they're going to drain all the blood from your body. They might even remove some organs. You are no longer like a fully functioning human being. Like, honestly, it's just it's so heartbreaking the way and I hate to see Black men like this. It's so heartbreaking. These are the people that want to be honored. They want women to be submissive to them, yet they think and talk like this. How can such a man lead a household and a family? Yes, Chris, they filled the body with embalming fluid after draining all the blood.
Well, guys, the pastor said that is the proof of the afterlife. It's crazy, absolutely crazy.
That's not proof, Afro. Those guys that were supposed to be lowering the coffin were playing tricks.
They were playing tricks. That person that came and said, move him, whatever direction that man was facing, this man would have come and said, turn him in the other direction. And make it look like as if, oh, the dead person, he's the one that wants to be turning this. Can you imagine being dead? Eh? And you bother about where they put your head is turning this direction or not. You have just crossed over to the afterlife. You have crossed over to the part where, all these magical things happen. Go and bother yourself with what is going to happen to you. But now you are here worried about where your head is facing.
Afro, there's some people who are buried sitting up.
Yes, some of those, eh?
And there's another guy, apparently he's a millionaire or a billionaire. He buried his mother in a Hummer Jeep. Hummer Jeep, real Hummer Jeep, not that they made a coffin into a Hummer Jeep. No, he bought a Hummer Jeep. Rev, I will look for the photos, but if you Google it, I'm sure you'll see it. He bought a Hummer Jeep, placed his mother inside it, and buried her in the Hummer Jeep.
There's a pastor that did that as well. There's a pastor that did that in Nigeria.
So why did these dead bodies not say, don't bury me in this, bury me in a coffin? Coffin is not even something that we Africans used to practice anyway when we're doing our burials.
Hey, Deep State Annex, good to see you.
I mean,
okay, Deep State Annex.
Afro, you don't understand the kind of pain I feel.
I'm sorry.
I feel a physical pain when I see a grown African man indoctrinated coming up here to kiss Jerry Eze or any of these people's nyash. And do you know the other guy? He didn't say nothing about God. He didn't mention God. It's Jerry Eze. Jerry Eze.
That Temba guy?
Yes.
Temba. That's really sad. Anyway, we've got Patience. She's very patient. Hello, Patience. Patience? Patience? Has a Patience run thing? A Patience has run dry?
She's patiently sleeping.
Oh, Patience. Patience.
Sister Patience, you there?
We don't have Patience again. Right. Is there anybody? Anybody? It pains me to see people throw away man grifting, preaching. It pains me to see people throw away on grifting and preaching. It's you see, Deep State Annex, they don't get it. They think that we are hating on the man. That's what they think. They think that we are hating on Jerry Eze. Oh, you are jealous of his money. You're jealous of his wealth. The God that Jerry Eze claims to be speaking on behalf of, there is no evidence that that God exists. So he is selling you all a product that doesn't exist, and you are fattening his pockets, throwing your monies at him, right? All the miracles and testimonies that he is getting in that place, Please tell all of them to come and chill with us here. Let's have a conversation about that miracle. What happened before? Did you do a before and after? Right? Did anyone see this person that claimed that they were blind? Did you see them before the so-called healing? Right? Did you know what were the signs? What were the symptoms? What were the what they were going through? What was their experience before they received the miracle? And did a doctor come along and say, yes, this is definitely, profound. I saw this person only yesterday. We must make sure and verify that this preacher is, the doctor is certified, that it's not just a quack standing there and listen, to claim that something is a miracle. I'm telling you, you will have to go through a very vigorous process. You can't have somebody just coming up and saying, oh, I could not eat yesterday. Today I can eat. Praise the Lord. I am a chosen. No, that's not how it works. Critical thinking is lacking in Jerry Eze's followers. They've got no critical thinking. No critical thinking. And why? Because Jerry Eze has removed their critical thinking skills. Because how else would they buy into the bullshit? How else would they buy into the bullshit? Okay, all right, Kingsley. Good night. Patience, are you there or not? Patience?
Patience, you're muted.
Do we have anybody else who wants to come and talk to us about Jerry Eze? Guys, for those of you wondering why I've got this man's face up here, is the highest paid YouTuber in Nigeria. The highest paid. He is now a billionaire. He now flies in private jets. And all of this happened within 4-5 years from the pandemic, right? They started praying online. And today, this guy is in money. Because whatever he's preaching has helped. It has thrived on the YouTube, right? So, now we are asking the questions. If God has never been proven to exist, then how is this guy busy telling people, God told me, God said, and God said? That is a lie. That's a lie. There's no God telling you nothing. And for those of you wondering, what does he do in his on his online platform? This is what he does over there that has made him the billions that he has made.
The Lord came down. He saw the affliction. He scattered. The Lord came down. He saw the no. He saw the no. He scattered it. A second.
As soon as I started playing it, I noticed that some people, they quickly ran away. And I don't blame you. Listen to that racket. And this, every 5 days a week, our people are told, tune in. They go and listen. Look, 5 days a week, you have to listen to it. I'm telling you, NSPPDians, the long-term damage to, number one, your ears. The long-term damage that it would do to your head up here, listening to this day in, day out, somebody shouting and you too shouting. The long-term, there's no how that you would go 1 year doing these prayers here and you will not come back with some kind of anxiety disorder or some kind of mental health disorder. No. Praying like that, and this is how your God wants you to communicate with him, so he can come and meet you and give you your little miracles and whatever you're coming to look for. It's crazy. To wake our people up from this nonsense. Hey, doctor. How are you?
I'm happy to be here again today.
How are you? Yes, good to see you again.
Yes. Can I say a few words about Jerry?
Hey, Anata. Good to see you, Anata. Yes, please go on and say.
Yeah, I think that it's religion generally takes advantage of people, especially when they are very vulnerable. Right now, we have a situation in Africa, especially Nigeria, where too many girls are single, too many girls don't know what to do, and they cannot figure out a solution to being single for too long. And they're concerned that menopause is coming, and they believe it's a spiritual problem. So Jerry Eze took advantage of that, and he established lots of prayer groups where people believe that what God cannot do does not exist. Remember that these girls are the same people that were in different other churches before Jerry came. Yes. But their problem was that because they were single. So this man came with helping people find husbands. That was the major thing he started with. So over time, we realized that most of his members were single girls. They were mostly girls who were in their mid-30s, girls who were going to 40. But today, they still believe that what God cannot do does not exist. I tell you this, in a few years, all of them will realize that they've been scammed. But of course, by then, he will have become a multi-billionaire because he makes about 7 billion a year. I think about a year, 7 billion from YouTube. And that's a lot of money. These girls would likely be caught up by menopause. It's something that's inevitable. So when they're caught up by menopause and they are not married, that's when they realize that they've been scammed. So our people are so religious and we are so stupid that we don't think. I was asking a friend yesterday, somewhere in London, I was asking, if someone told you that a black person died for white people and his name was Jesus, would you have ever believed that? Be honest. Because he was a close friend, he told me, if the story came from Africa, nobody would ever believe that. So the reason why we're killing ourselves, because we feel inferior, we feel like these people deserve to have died for us. If a white person died for you, why did he sell your fathers and your great-grandfathers as slaves in the market? Why did you use chain? And it was the same time when they were telling you that Jesus died for you, was the same time that they were selling your ancestors. So this story does not make sense. But the problem is our people don't like to learn. They don't like to think. Because the Bible says that people must have faith. Faith is just believe something even if it doesn't make sense. Do not think. So to be a Christian, you have to be a moron. The first requirement to be a Christian is to be a moron. Don't ask questions. Don't talk, just believe. Even if it's stupid, don't think about it. Just believe, just have faith. That's why they are making money. They are buying private jets. And poverty is still building up. They are building churches in Africa. People don't have jobs. Instead, they go to these warehouses to pray for jobs.
Did you know that Jerry Eze is building a big, right now, he's currently in the middle of building. So on a Sunday, in his church, right? Listen to this. Every Sunday, they do 6 services. So when he's not praying online, 7 a.m. Can you imagine 7 a.m. on a Monday morning? My people are coming to listen to this for 3 hours, listening to this on a Monday morning when they should be at work. This is what they are listening to.
See, that is why the black race will never evolve. We have been left behind by over 100 years. We have not been able to overcome malaria.
Wait, so what I'm saying
is been able to overcome anything because we're not thinking.
If your workforce is online, right? Praying this kind of prayer. Then on Sunday, 6 services, 6. And those 6 services, you know what he does? He would change clothes. Every service, he would quickly run, go change his clothes, come back, and then come and do some preaching, and then come and start, give your tithe, your offerings, and your partnership. Partnership. So the monies that they give to Jerry Eze, they come in all many different forms. Come in tithing, come in partnership, come in the online, that's the YouTube, the Facebook, and all these different platforms. They just throw the money at him, throw it at him. But the question is this viable? In 10 years to come, he's shouting, people will get fed up.
Yeah, the Bible likened the followers of Jesus as sheep. Sheep are animals without sense. So if you're a sheep, just know you don't have sense, and these people will keep buying jets until you have sense. But I'm grateful for people like you who are waking the consciousness of our people. Believe it or not, people are listening. People are beginning to think. In a few years, Christianity will be gone from Nigeria, will be gone from Africa. I'm not saying 100%, but at least all these things you see going on in Nigeria in the name of Christianity. In the whole of Europe, the churches here that are 200 years old, 300, 500 years old, people don't go to churches again because the aim of religion was to enhance slavery. Slave trade is over. So no need for religion, no need for Christianity. They know, it's a fact. That is why the churches are here. Nobody goes to the churches. People go there to take pictures. In Africa, we're still killing ourselves because we refuse to listen.
If you're in the UK, where else will you wear your African clothes to, if not to church?
Exactly.
The people need a social club and a place to go and show off their clothes.
Exactly. It's just a place to show up, show your new cars, show your clothes, and possibly meet Igbo people, meet Yoruba people, and all of that. But it's got nothing to do with Jesus Christ. People are being fooled because they refuse to read. I tell you this, most of these Christians you see on social media who are making noise, they don't read the Bible. What they know about the Bible are the things they were told by people like Jerry Eze, people who manipulate, people who twist these narratives. So they know nothing. So they can never think. So they look at people like us who are saying things that, because we are thinking, they look at us as antichrist. They say, oh, one day, somebody told me yesterday online, they say, oh, if all these things you're saying, one day all of you will die, they'll bring you back. I told them, everybody will die one day. Death is not what you can threaten me with. If you have a point to make, if you can defend your religion, defend it. But if you're telling me death, then you're stupid. Because we'll all die one day. That's not something to threaten me with. It shouldn't be.
No, we all will die. We've got I don't know if Sharon, are you there?
Yeah.
Hello, Sharon.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Are you a follower of NSPPD?
No, I'm not. I have sorry, I actually fell asleep because I was listening and then I fell asleep. What it is that I came on your live about a couple of days ago, or just over early in the week, and I thought it was really good what you were saying about how the differences between this pastor, what's his name again?
Jerry,
yeah. How he conducts his services and so forth. I think it's a good point what you've putting out, and I feel that he's not really. I've never heard of him before, but hearing how you were debating about his conduct on his services, I don't think it's. I just feel it's all demonic kind of.
Are you a Christian?
Yeah, I'm a born again Christian. I've actually been.
Sorry, if you don't mind, I'm trying to figure out what does it mean to be born again.
Really, to be born again is that you're giving life to Christ. Christ is your Lord and Savior, and it's about the relationship. It's not about. It's
Sorry,
not.
did you say give your life to Christ?
Yeah, that you.
You can't give your life to anybody. If you give your life to anybody, that's it. You're done.
Yeah, I know. In a sense,
What do you mean giving your life?
We believe that Jesus died on the cross for us and saved and saved our sins. But to be honest, I've been going through a lot of challenges because I've been in the church side of things for 18 years now. At the moment, I've been very, very open about what's going on and what's happening, and I just ain't really been taking part because I don't believe I'm I have to look at myself. I have to save myself as well. So yeah, it's just lots of other challenges that some church practices is not really that correct. So
yeah, but the doctrine of being born again is not correct. You cannot be born again. It's impossible to be born again.
Well, I think it's about renewing. It's the renewing of your sins. Apparently, it's the renewing of your sins.
Renewing of sins.
Yeah, because
why would you want to
renewing from your sins? Basically, like every day you're born. To me, you're born again is a daily. How would you say it?
Event.
Sorry?
It's a daily event.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you are you're renewing your mind, your spirit, your soul. You're renewing yourself. And,
Hello, everyone.
Please hold on, Chibuzo, please hold on. Yeah. So you're renewing your mind, your soul, and
it's because I don't know. It's just
okay. Let's be like this.
Yeah, go on.
Why do you need to be born again? Why? Why does one need to be born again? Because when you came up, you said, "I am a born again Christian."
Yeah, I am.
Why did you decide to be born again?
Well, it was very long. I actually was baptized when I was 14.
No, not baptized. Born again. Why? Why did you decide? Let's go and do born again.
I decided because I think I got to that place where I needed something different. Where they say it's like you're in the world, but you're of the world. Is that one got it right? You're of the world. It's just the way that the world that I was living in was not a good one.
The world you were living in was not a good one. So is that world good now that you're born again?
Yeah, I think I've improved a lot. Yes, definitely. I think it helps my spirit. It helps me guide on a level of patience and a prayer, seeking God for myself. All the prayers when it comes to sermons, the church I was going to, I still remember, but the preacher and preaching was always taught us to search it for yourself. Never just take the word of God as it is said on the pulpit. You have to search for it for yourself as well. It's not about you listening to them and then you go hallelujah, da da da, and then you forget.
Okay, one second. So you are you Nigerian?
No, I'm Caribbean actually.
You're Caribbean?
Yeah. Trinidad and St. Lucia.
So how did the Trini people get the religion of Christianity? Do you know?
No, I don't really know. I know most of them are. I don't really notice Trinidad actually. Because I live in the UK. I live in the UK. I was born in the UK.
Yes, I get that.
I know St. Lucia's. I think St. Lucian's, that side, don't quote me all right, but
did you grow up with parents that believed in Christianity?
Yeah, I think most of them are Catholics. I think the Catholic religion is worldwide, especially in the Caribbean. Dominicans mostly, and I think the St. Lucians. I'm not sure about
St. Lucia.
The St. Lucians and the Dominicans definitely are of Catholic side of things. I was brought up in Catholic, and then I went to as a born again, being baptized as a Pentecostal when I was young, and then I don't know, something happened, and my mum said that you have to go to the Catholic church. You're not going to that church anymore.
Okay, so being born again, how has that helped you?
Well, it's helped me to stabilize my mind, because
stabilize your mind, how?
Well, it gave me a spiritual understanding. It gave me I was able to read the word.
Being born again gave you spiritual understanding. How? Yeah. How did you get this spiritual? So you now understand things in the spirit.
Yeah, I understand how things go if I have to fight in the spirit.
Fight in the spirit?
Yeah, it's not.
Wait, hold on. Fight in the spirit.
Am I digging myself up deep now?
What? Fight in the spirit. Sorry, what does it mean to fight in the spirit? If you don't mind, what does it mean?
Basically, we've been, it's like how you can say, because.
So wait, hold on, Sharon.
Yes.
So you just told us that being born again, right, helped you, right? So it's helped you get this sense of, I don't know, helped your mind, right? Your mind. So before you became born again, right? I don't know, you're living your life, but now that you have become born again, you have now turned into a fighter. You have now turned into a warrior. Before, I don't know what's up with your mind, but now you now have your mind is now, I don't know, okay. But look at you, you've now turned into a fighter in the spirit. So please tell me, what are you busy fighting in the spirit, and why? I mean,
I'm not fighting now.
You became born again to go and fight.
No, I didn't. I didn't know what it was to be born again, because I just started to go to church, and then I learned from that. I've been in there for a long time, but what I'm saying is that a lot of it was about prayer. It was about prayer and how to pray. And
I'm asking about the fighting in the spirit.
Well, the fight in the spirit is that you're not fighting in the physical world.
Understanding, spiritual understanding. And when I asked, you said now you're now fighting in the spirit. Reggie?
I just wanted to ask Sharon a couple of questions, because I'm not really good with Christianese, but this being born again stuff sounds very, very interesting. I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
It's probably the way I'm speaking about it. Then
no, it's not that. I just want to make sure that we understand each other. So, at what age were you born again?
Well, I'm quite old now. So it's been.
Okay, sorry.
I would have said I was baptized when I was 14, but at that time I believed in Jesus Christ. So that's how it was when you start go to church and you go into like Sunday school and all that. So then I became born again as in being baptized. And then I came away
All right, well,
from
stay right there. Stay right there so I can make sure I understand. So you're saying that when you was 14 years old, you jumped back up in your mom's twat. That's what you're saying?
I what?
So you're telling me that you was born again when you was 14 and you jumped back up inside of your mother's twat?
No, that's not what it does.
Now, the literal
No,
meaning.
don't say that. Don't
Excuse me.
insult my mum about that.
No, it's not an insult. Excuse me.
What do you mean by that?
The literal meaning of being born again is.
I know what you mean. You're being rebirthed again. It's not about that. It's about.
Sharon, hold on.
Okay.
To be born again literally means for you to go back inside your mama's JJ and her to push you out again. She did it the first time.
Hello, everyone.
And now
I understand that, but that's not what.
And
right, but because that would be just an amazing trick. I would love to see a person do that.
Well, excuse me. I'm a child. I was young then, a child. I didn't really know that I was actually born again at that time. I just knew I was baptized in believing in Jesus Christ. That was it. Obviously, as time's grown, as a big person, I've got to learn that it's about being born again. I had no understanding, as you say, and it isn't about
you had no
back.
business. You had no business being born again when you had no clue what the hell you were doing. That right there is the definition. Let me speak, please hold on. That right there is the definition of indoctrination. How are we making 14-year-olds do this so-called born again thing, have no idea what they're doing, right? Can you imagine? She was born again, didn't realize she was born again until she became an adult and now understood, oh, so that's what it was. So I was born again at 14. And this is why I say, keep religion away from kids. 14-year-olds are still minors. They've got no business making such life-altering decisions, right? They haven't got a clue what they're doing. Their prefrontal cortex is not developed enough to be hearing stories about give your life to Christ. And now she doesn't even understand, right, what she was doing when she was busy giving her life to Christ at 14. Come on, people. This is the damage that we are talking about. And then when that damage is done at 14, guess what? As an adult, you carry it on. And people like Jerry Eze now capitalizes on the people that are convinced of this nonsense. It's crazy. I'm sorry, this is not I'm not you, I'm not addressing this to you, but it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart to hear about 14-year-olds giving their life to Jesus. This is why I don't like this Jesus character.
Hello, everyone. Can I chip in?
Are you a Christian?
I'm not a Christian. I don't have a religion.
Okay. So what do you want to...
Essentially, I just want I would love to speak on the existence of God, but I just want to speak on what you guys are speaking on.
Do you believe that a God exists?
Yeah, there's a God.
There is a God.
Yeah, a creator. There's a creator of everything.
A God or a creator?
They are both the same thing. A God.
How is a God and a creator the same? How?
Because the God, when you use the term God, is like the supreme. He oversees everything, all human affair, the creation of and how life came into being. But when you use creator, he expresses it more simply a creator, like when a person creates a car or a person creates a fan. So I wanted to speak on what she was saying. She doesn't have an idea of what essentially means to be born again. The term is being used very loosely because it's not literal. To be born again is essentially what society deems of man, but like I said, it's not literal. It's being used very loosely. People just go soak themselves in water or hear from their preacher what the preacher babbles about and say, oh, they are born again. But in order to come down to, a level of understanding, it's not a literal term. If we decide to speak on it, it's more of a term of demanding that every human being be accountable for their actions in society.
People are already accountable without being born again.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
I'm saying that's what I am saying. I'm saying that people, right? They are accountable without being this born again thing, right? You live in a society, for example, I live in the UK, right? You follow the rules. You drive on the motorway. You stick to the rules of the road. Otherwise, listen, you get a ticket right in your door, right? The ways that you are able to abide by whatever laws are,
Okay, listen.
So you don't need being born again to do anything. I don't know why people need to be born again.
Okay, listen. Being born again is a term that's, we're discussing about it now just because it's a term that's developed and is commonly used by religious folks. But we're discussing about it because it's now being commonly used.
Okay,
but now I'm now coming down to an understanding that
Can we move on from the born again thing? Honestly, it's not necessary because this whole born again thing, this, like Reggie said, it's Christianese. Y'all understand it in your churches and your places. It makes no sense. Telling people to be born again for accountability makes no sense at all. That's just some crazy ass doctrines y'all believe in. But you said you've come and tell us about the existence of God. That's more interesting, and that's the subject I want to talk about. So if you don't mind, let's talk about God, please.
Also, I like the fact that you're talking about accountability, Chisborough, or however you say your name. I hope I'm not mispronouncing it. But do you think that Jesus should be held accountable for being caught with that naked little boy in the bush?
Hey, Reggie.
Yep.
What little boy?
You know which one? That the one he was naked with in the bush.
Jesus, right?
Yep.
Yeah, there was that naked boy that was caught with Jesus.
Where does that originate from?
It's in when Jesus was about to be arrested. Yeah. There was a young boy was well, he was only wearing a very thin piece of cloth with no clothes inside at all. He was, his willy was hanging free. And when they came to catch Jesus, they came to grab him as well as Jesus. But he ran, and they were able to grab onto the cloth. And this guy ran away with his ding-a-ling running in the air. It's in the Bible.
Well,
it's in the Bible.
Essentially, it's not really relevant to this because...
Well, it is relevant for some
I actually don't even use the Bible to...
It is relevant for some people because...
broaden on issues like this, and I don't know...
It is relevant for some people because if we're talking about accountability and we've got naked boys hanging around with Jesus,
Naked boys?
Some people even go as far as...
What passage in the Bible is this?
Excuse me, let me finish, please. Let me finish. Some have even gone as far as to say that Jesus and this boy were caught together. That's some people's belief, that they were together when Jesus was, apprehended or arrested, whatever. So it depends on who you are talking to. You get different versions of this story. But why a naked boy with Jesus?
Well, I would say to you, for a story that you can
Why a naked boy with Jesus?
Hold on.
What's so
I give you an
about the
opportunity to
naked guy?
speak. I believe you should be able to give me an opportunity to speak.
I'm going
And
to
it,
let you speak. You think I'm not going to let you speak? I'm going to let you speak.
it
What's
goes
wrong?
like a conversation very smoothly.
Please do not tell me what to do. Your mic is so loud. Mine is not as loud as yours, right?
Okay, I'll try and adjust that.
Yes, mine is not as loud as yours. So we are having a back and forth.
Yeah.
What did you say?
I said logically explain, bro. I said logically explain to me why Jesus, right, likes to wash his disciples' feet ass naked.
Well, that's not even why I'm here. I think you asked that to the religious fanatics and the religious people that read the Bible. I do not read the Bible.
No, you don't.
Reggie, he wants to prove the existence of God. So, but before we go, for the people that are saying that it is not true, right? So go and read Mark chapter 14, right? In the Bible, tells the story of the young man who flees naked after being seized while following Jesus, right? Apparently this story is considered one of the most enigmatic and least understood. So there's a lot of debate about this particular story. Why will the Bible take its time to tell you about a naked boy called
He was naked in the boat fishing.
So there are depictions of this naked boy. This one will not be up for too long because of TikTok. So yeah, so this is just an example of the naked boy running away. These are the people that came to catch Jesus. So that's him there. But for the sake of TikTok, I'm going to take it off very quickly. Effects. Let's see. Yeah, there's sugar. You can't really see this one. Yeah, but just go type in Google about the naked boy. See what images, see what information is right there in the Bible. Jesus and the naked boy. In fact, some people say that was Apostle Mark, that young boy. That was Apostle Mark. So Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. The Mark guy, that was him. That was the naked boy running away. So yeah, interesting.
Jesus was a power bottom fun boy.
Raskilo. Right, so okay, you wanted to prove the existence of God, Chibuzo. Let's go. Let's do this.
Well, the sense of God starts with a true